Oops. Let me just get this shared real quick. Copied the wrong thing. How's everybody doing tonight? Sup 117. How you doing? Savak, welcome in as well. There we go. Now it's working. D-Guns, JG, what's up? What's up? Working through the casually grounded. Excited to see some great builds tonight. Yes, should be fun. As always, as always. What's up, Ducky? Peanut? Entregador? Three pow? That's a name. That's a hard one. Chicas, Minos, Rock Me Day. What's up, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? My build tonight. Yes. I think you're gonna be up first, actually. What's up, Woodchuck? Randomly, NATO. Job today. Glad you shared our needs for what it was worth. Yeah, I mean, it's always like a balance. Like I could have sat there and been like, Eric, we need this and this and this and this and this and this, but like he doesn't want to sit there and entertain all of that. So I tried to play it like a little bit here and there, and then like, oh, haha, fun time, and then, oh, we could use one of these. Oh, we could use one of those. Oh, but haha, fun time. Let's talk about something else. Tease Chris. Try to play the balance. For tours, can you show me how you got your braziers up to floor level? Oh, it's just a pain. That's how. It's a different grid of these. So there's just essentially nothing below here. Well, there is, but I can't move it or I'll ruin it. But I just made a grid underneath it, like a specific grid for that height, and I just did it over and over again until it was the right height. What's up, chap? How's it going? Just catching up on the stream. Let's go, NATO. It was fun. It was fun. Glad we got to do it. Especially we got to do it really early in the Grounded 2 cycle as well, which is fun. What's up, Impasta? Been building and the game is not happy today. It's mad about something. We should be getting... Eric told me yesterday that we might... I guess it was technically Chris. That the update for performance that's specifically coming out may have come out today, so I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out tomorrow. So be ready. It's supposed to have some major performance fixes, we hope. No, D-Guns, we won't be unimpressed, don't you worry. Saw half the stream today, then had to work. Now I have 1 hour left before I finish work. Oof. Oof. Well, at least you get to listen to some tours, right? Yeah, I got you, Woodchuck. I just want to get answered everyone they answered and stuff. I was hoping you weren't going to say that. Yeah, Rock Me, unfortunately, that's probably the answer to 99% of the the things I build. Yeah, spend too much time placing a grid. The nice thing is just place it. Like, you just place it to get it to the height. And then it doesn't have to be, like, perfect or anything. Like, it's not like a normal floor where you're like, perfectly trying to get things lined up and stuff. You just are using it to get the level. So if it clips into things around it, that's not a bad thing. So it's more so, like, you just want to use that grid specifically just to get the height. Other than that, it's pretty easy. So you can pretty much just place it and then place a brazier, like move a brazier off to the side and just keep moving it back and forth till you get the height you want, and then just copy the pillar below. Fairly simple in terms of everything. But I mean, if you're absolutely precision like I was, it's a little time consuming. Ripping packs off the rip. Nervous for that patch. It shouldn't be too bad. Luckily for me, there's no grass in my area. This is the only thing that grows back. I even told the guys, they're like, yeah, it'll chop things that are built into like the build in one hit. And I was like, mine already does that. They're like, oh, well, that's not supposed to be how that works. Good times though. For trying for past day, I've been thinking that, yeah, it's not too bad. What's up, Capitao? Everybody say hello to Capitao, another amazing creator. We're showing off Capitao's dozer base tonight too, so that'll be fun. Little one he worked on with some other friends, some other builders. 75 consecutive streams. There you go, Ducky. It's Woodchuck? No, it's Woodchuck. What? What's up, Backwoods? You haven't missed anything. Tap cow? Capitao. Capitao. It's a Capitao. 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 From Brazil. My man. I can only imagine that Capitao that you enjoyed the Pele jersey. Reppin' for Brazil. Is everyone just showing their consecutive streams now? Is that what's happening? Is that what's happening? It's fun watching Eric attempting to place the fence piece like he knew it would work. I know, I just had to mess with him a little bit. Couldn't help but mess with him. Lost your streak, had to start over. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, Woodchuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 through 11. Alfredo with the resub for 10 months, man. Holy cow. I'll take that. 10 months is crazy. 1 through 11, Woodchuck, now that you're back from ads. Just let me know. 7. Lucky number 7. Let's see. Did this... Hey, kind of works. I'm reworking this so you guys can see the screen. So when I inevitably start playing again, you guys can... I can see it on OBS and go, oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Okay. Got Chaos Rising. I also wanted to like blur the background, make it a little more aesthetically pleasing, but I need a mod, or I need extra things downloaded for that. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. The same issue with the acorn fence. I started a new grid in the same place as the main grid, and it let me place it. That's a pain though. That's such a pain. I don't want to do another grid. I just want it to work how it should. But that's life. So is life. All right. Energy, Litleo, Wimpod, Pumpkaboo, Zubat, Ninetales, Adversity Policy, a Deoxys, Zubat, Minchino, the dang Bubble Energy, Bubbly Energy. Ouch. Ouch, Chaos. That was rude. Sad part, I don't expect a ton of hits out of these packs because it's like part of the end of a booster box that I did way too good on, so I don't expect anything good from Chaos, but is what it is. Is what it is. Yeah, hopefully everyone's had a good day today. Before you start showing mine off, can you make sure it's the creative one? Yeah. There we go. Is anybody watching the Argentina-Algeria game? Is it just me? Got the Greninja SIR from the set already, right? Yes, already, yeah. Pulled that out of my Pokemon Center booster box. Dude, Messi still. Messi is 5 years older than me. And my body hurts just watching him. I don't get how he does it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Am I missing it, D-Guns? Did you share it? Yeah, Messi is still insane. Going 5 straight World Cups is insane, dude. It's actually crazy. How do y'all sit casually, episode duder? I think the massive overcompensation of your base amazed them. That's hopefully how it goes, right? Yeah, share away, D-Guns. It's all good. Don't see it. Yeah. All good, though. All good. Still letting people trickle in, so no worries. There are players older than Messi still playing the World Cup. Yeah, but are they playing as good as Messi? He came in, other than being offsides on his first goal, he scored in the first, 5 minutes. And, I mean, it was... The Algeria goal was the same thing. But, I mean, they were, barely offsides. It was so close. How many bases are we looking at tonight? However many we can get through. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the list. Doesn't mean we will get through all of them, but that's how many we got on the list. They should be quick. It's not much yet. All good. Ducky, you're number 12 now. Technically, you're 8th. I don't know if we have any really big ones or anything. So we'll see. We'll see. I didn't say 7. I said you were 7 if someone else didn't share their base. And they did. Oh, bleh. Doesn't matter how messy it gets. Mexico's cleaning up at the cup this year. I don't know about that. Not saying they didn't look pretty good in their first game, but I don't know. No, it's definitely the U.S. going all the way. I'd just be happy if the U.S. makes it out of groups this year. We looked good, but I don't think that was the most impressive team to beat 4-1. There we go. That's the one. I mean, Norway looked good today. They had some rocky moments, but they definitely look like they could be... If they can play defense, their offense is freaking insane. And then, I mean, France is still France. They're freaking amazing with Mbappe. Some good teams, man. There's some good teams. I think anyone could go out and win it, though. I definitely think anyone could go out and win it this time. Unless one of these teams that's a top team really... Yeah, even Spain. I haven't been overly convinced by a single team so far. I know, was it Germany or whatever scored 7 points, but I'm no one has overly impressed me yet. I've seen a lot of weaknesses in every team. So I think anyone could do it. This I think it's just who comes out and plays better these next couple rounds. I don't know, maybe lackadaisical play a bit was an issue. Coming out slow, not really ready. Your sister is a bodyguard for the soccer matches? Is she a UFC fighter? Whoa. All right. Oh. I like that. No, she has a gun. Okay, well that'll do it. That'll do it. That will do it. Look over there. Uh-oh.
Just looking, I promise.
They are coming. They are coming. White Walkers. Alrighty, well, let's get into it. We have D Guns here, base up on the picnic table. What's up, smoking? Let's get into it. Your patience to hold on to a milk molar like that is wild. We've seen it with raw science, but I mean, I'm smashing these every time. Guaranteed. Need them boosts. Hopefully nobody tries running onto the field during her shift. Yeah, that would be wild. Missed the bottom brow science thing? What was that? What is it? The room downstairs? Is that what you're talking about? Where's my armor? Oh yeah, this is creative, isn't it? Or where am I looking? It's fine, you can skip it? Okay. Alright. What's the inspiration? What's the idea here? I see you building like a little city. I say little, it's not that little. What's the goal? Just got on and built one day? I'd love to hear it. Sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes that is all it takes. It's kind of how every day goes for me. These are your first builds? Okay. Like the little outside trellis seating area. Yeah, I like it as well. Clean, organized. Lots of room to just keep adding houses endlessly too, which is always nice. Lost a world that I built in creative and I didn't have a bunch of days in there though, but I built like a giant city and it's all just deleted somehow. That is so frustrating. There's nothing worse. What to buy? What you got for sale? Just this? Or a pot? That is, I always suggest a little bit harder for Xbox, but I mean, I think you can get an external hard drive to save things and stuff. But always save copies of your world if you can. Always something I recommend, especially when you're building a lot. It's one thing to lose just a survival world that you haven't really done a whole lot in, but if it's like, if you are attached to the world in the building, definitely make sure to make some extra saves for yourself. I really like, is this like a magazine? This is cool. Looks like a sick rug. Like, what a custom grounded rug. Love when scorpion lamps are used as actual street lamps. Creates a cool ambiance. Yeah, this is cool. I like this. This is really clever. This is one of the things I love talking about, like using the things in the world. I know I say it a lot, and I mean, we mentioned it in my build today on Casually Grounded, like using the things that are in the world, because how else are you going to get a frickin' Tully Burgle rug? You're not. But I want a Tully Burgle rug now. Yes, the pillows. Very nice, very nice. I agree, Capitao. I agree. I love seeing the fun, creative things like that. And otherwise, I mean, very clean, very simple. Gets the job done. No big deal. Just a basketball hoop and you're upstairs. No big deal. NBD. Yeah, very clean. This is freaking awesome. I love seeing stuff like that. That always gets me super hyped. It's just so creative. Who put this house here? What the dog doing? Got just like an open area in here. This is the candy corn storage. Or is it going to be like a gun range? Or archery range? There's no guns. Just more expansion for houses. Don't need it. It's nasty. Nom nom. Could be a gun range. I can make an archery range on that. Yeah, I think that would make sense. That'd be very fitting. I like kind of the unique shapes you got going on with the houses and stuff. I mean, obviously, still some work to do filling them out, but that's part of the never-ending process of just building. Nice little exterior details on this, too, I didn't see. I like that. I definitely like how you're, like, heading down the world-building side of things as well. Hatchery. A lot of these, I just didn't put anything in. Yeah, it takes time. Is this like choose my Pokemon? I choose you. Do I like the grass? You mean like here? For the floors? Or where specifically? I want Charmander. Squirtle, Squirtle. Yeah, I think it looks good. I think it does give off the grass vibe, which is nice. I think there's certain things that it does work well for. I'm not a huge fan of grass on like buildings unless it's like a very specific accent type detail. I kind of like how you did it on like this lower level to make it look raised up, but still kind of be part of the terrain of the floor you've created. It also does look better like rotated. I've never been... It looks way better like this than it does on its own. And then like using it for like things like this looks nice too. But if you go too much grass, it just kind of looks flimsy and sad. Good job today. Thank you, Lone Wolf. Appreciate it. If this grass floor has room underneath, it would look cool to have planters hidden under the floors. Yeah. Oh, we almost fell. I think you could fit it. You could definitely fit them in there. Took a long time to rotate them all. Seriously. You're a natural in front of the camera. Well, thank you. I've been doing it for like 2 years now, so it does help a lot. Time invested does go a long way. Like in the beginning, I was not as natural. I hope we get moss patches for a better grass look, but my inner suburban manhood loves me a good lawn. If I hate lawns now because I have to take care of them, I hate it. I'm over it. Just go look under the plate for a little bit. The paper plate, I don't remember what I did, but I did something. Over there? Oh, I missed this too. Did we? No. No, we saw that one. Messi with another goal. Let's go. It's too freaking good, dude. He's just always in the right spot, man. He's just one of those players. Oh, jeez. He just is always in the right spot. It's insane. The shrine to the science. And now Messi takes the lead for the most goals scored in the World Cup over Mbappe. Well, there's one more. Second place. He takes over second place. Yeah, we did get some cool hints and ideas that the devs are thinking about us, you know? The devs are thinking about the builders. They got ideas. They got things they'd like to see as well. I liked the whole like moss idea that Chris was throwing out there. Something like that would be really cool. So many things. That's the hard part. What are they gonna have time to do? Is this the huddle before the soccer match? They were having a great time. That's the hope, right? I try not to push. I know Eric. I'm not going to say I know Eric incredibly well or anything, but I know Eric gets a lot of endless comments and stuff, so I try not to, like, push him too far with my questions and ideas. I know he's very used to it, so it's not like I'm breaking anything for him, but try not to go, like, too insane. I don't want to overload them and be like, all right, well, let's never have Timber back on. He just asks questions that I can't answer. But I know he's going back and taking notes off of the stream and stuff for things I said that we talked about as a crew. So that's always nice. This is interesting. So is this like a sword? It went well. Good job. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Lone Wolf. I appreciate that. So is that a sword? A sword? Okay. So, yeah, the Minecraft sword. Ideas, concepts. Do we? There we go. I wish I could change it today, but we gotta wait. Schwartz. So, I mean, obviously, the interiors need that detail work, which is fine. I think I struggle with interiors as well, and it can be one of the more difficult things. I think most people tend to start off as interior or exterior type of person, and you're typically much better at one versus the other. I think that's a pretty common thing for most people. But I think that's tends to be as like someone who I see myself as a better exterior designer in many ways. I think my builds become my favorite when I start designing the insides, because that's the thing that always feels bland to me in my builds for a long time. So that's something to start thinking about. The big castle thing, I did that in about 10 minutes. You were rushing it. It's a good start. It's a good start. I mean, I definitely like where you're headed. I like the ideas you have. Can I hire an interior designer for your base? Don't we all need that? We all need that. May the Schwartz be with you. But I think the first step to, like, if you're struggling with interiors, I'm not saying you specifically are, but one, the storytelling that you're talking about is, or the story building or world building that you have going on, like what the shops are doing, come buy something, like these little moments, that is a big way to start thinking about interior design. It's really easy to sort of just design a house that looks cool and be like, what goes in a house? So I always tend to think, like, I like this one. There's like a couple ways to think about it. One, like this, the interior is cool because you picked something to build around. This kind of like informs the decision already. So it right off the bat makes it a cool design without like hardly anything else. It's gonna be cool right from the start. But then like in other bases and other builds, you really want to think, what is the reasoning for this? Why are you building this? What is the purpose of it? That's how typically like the program of like how you decide what is happening and how it looks. So if you know like, oh, this is storage, what do warehouses look like? How do they build their racks to like hold things and store things? Or is it a basketball arena? Like what? It could be anything and everything. It doesn't have to be anything specific to be good. But it's always like, why am I designing this space the way I am? Same thing for like big spaces like this. This is a really cool design. I really like the window. I like that you have these like symmetrical sides with the big sword in the middle. Now it's like, why are you designing these things? And you may have these thoughts. I can only work off the information. I lack of information I typically have. So I kind of just have to run it. But always thinking like, is this the dining hall? Are these the towers that you use to go higher up? Are they like meeting areas, sleeping areas, whatever they are? Definitely start with that idea. And you can, it really helps like decide on how you detail those things out when it looks like it's flipping you off. I like it. No, I like it. It's all good. It's a cool design. It's a very interesting. This is fun. Little gaps and stuff. They all look really nice. One thing I'd think about for the sword is like typically like maybe a mushroom sword with the wood handle would help add a little bit more differentiation between it. You could probably do some similar things. Like I really like how you started adding in the mushroom to these designs. I know, as you said, you've worked on this for, I don't know, 10 minutes or whatever. So nothing wrong with that, but seems to be becoming the centerpiece of the entire build. So now start thinking of like, how do you break up these bigger walls? How do you maybe add some smaller details in these areas by like filling these pieces in? And it very quickly goes from like, oh, this is an interesting design with potential to like, ooh, this is really cool. And especially like this level of detailing, if you find how to like line it with mushroom and stuff, there's a lot you can do with it. Pumpkin or bird pieces to add strips would be cool on your wall. Yeah. Any type of detailing, I always just try to think if there's anything that's more than like 2 or 3 blocks wide, I'm like it needs some type of material switch or it needs some depth of some kind. And you've built thick enough walls that's not a problem. You could build out, you could carve into these walls. Like there's a lot of different things you could do with this type of space. You know, it's just, it all comes down to like personal preference and stuff. But the sooner you start thinking about those types of things, pillars, yeah, pillars would do a lot. I love tossing pillars in like little corners like these, or even like little corners like these. But those things tend to help a lot. I like that you've kind of switched up the base from the thing itself. Like you don't have to go crazy with mushroom here, but even just pine cone pillar or pumpkin pillars can very quickly start adding that like extra layer of detail work. And that's the best part about creative, is it's all just an exploration in ideas, you know? There's nothing wrong with using a lot of one material. I tend to think that a little bit more texture tends to look nice, but even just little things like that, just add that extra layer. And yeah, it comes down to what you like, right? Your exteriors really need help randomly. Well, we can definitely help you on that. You're on the list. We got you. Can't wait to see what this becomes. Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of potential from it. It's one of the more unique kind of castle designs. And I love that you got the city going and stuff too. You're just like testing ideas, right? Made chicken and noodles watching the stream while planning out your city in a solo world survival. Nice. I had breakfast sandwiches for dinner. I had Brenner. I think I like mushroom pillars. Yeah, and that's the great part. You get to go crazy. Whatever you like. Your world, your rules. Yeah, you can do all sorts of wild things. Who knows? 2x2 stack of pillars with a window plugged in the middle to add depth to the wall. Yeah, I mean, you could do... There's just so many options. But this is where these, like, especially on big builds, just kind of going crazy with the detail work is how you really, really get some, like, the interesting designs. But don't take my word for it. Just keep exploring. Can you turn a survival world into creative? Eventually, you'll be able to turn it into custom. But you can't turn survival to creative or creative to survival. They kind of are what they are. But custom sort of allows you to do creative from a survival. That's as close as you get. And we are getting custom mode in the next update. Just how much of the options are we going to get? We don't quite know yet. That is still up for interpretation. But yeah, I'd love to see kind of like what your thought process ends up being with like how you're going to utilize these spaces is a big part of it. Start planning them out. Look at castles. Look at inspiration material is something I always like to do. The more details you can look at from real world castles or cathedrals or fantasy randomness, like whatever it is, your favorite movie, your favorite series, there's always like interesting ideas from there. Buildings are amazing. How long have you been working on them? These are not. These are D-guns. We're doing some base reviews right now. Mine specifically, if you're talking about today at the Casually Grounded stream, I've been working on my Mega Castle tower thing since the Toxic Tangle update came out. So not a huge amount of time. Pretty much 8 hours a week. If we do 2 4-hour streams is typically about how it goes. A little time off stream, but not much. Trying to work on your survival build. Hey, this is good test stuff. This is good test stuff. I definitely see some cool things being transferred over to survival with what you got going on here. But I think you're heading the right direction. Main castle part reminds me of Mughal style architecture. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. I'll have to look it up. This is probably the last thing I work on. All good, all good. To give Hogwarts Legacy, fly around Hogwarts a bit. Wait, what? To learn medieval architecture and get inspired. I do love me some Hogwarts Legacy. I do. It is a beautiful game. Hogwarts is just such a unique, cool castle. But yeah, D-Guns. I think you're headed in the right direction. It's just kind of like conceptually coming up with the ideas for the builds before they're built is always something I like to think. And then you don't have to get stuck in the like, what are spaces? I mean, you have to build them to then fill them, but that's all part of time. With the stairs, they kind of look bad. Wanted to make them better, but that one building in the way. Oh, this? Yeah. I mean, it happens. Like, you could just copy them over to, like, this side or something. Or do, like, one this way, up, and in. This way, up, and in. Like, there's ways around it. Like, the sword reminds you of Zelda. I like it. I like it. Yeah, tonight we are specifically looking at other people's builds, not mine. Oh, is this what you were saying earlier? That's what I missed. I see. And test. More than anything, don't be afraid to test ideas. Like, they don't always work. They don't always work. Sometimes you have to screw around with something to figure out what works and what doesn't. Or building something like this inspires that. Like, if this was over here, I probably wouldn't have thought of making it around this build, but there's always a workaround. And perfect symmetry does not always make for a perfect build. Another way, go back into the store place and look at the desk underneath. This one? No. This one? These ones? This? The weapon wall mounts as like supports. I do like that. That's a good idea. Base started as a castle black courtyard, but has just gotten bigger once I learned buttresses, portcullises, and crenellations. Nice. Randomly, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. The support is insane. You guys are nuts. Thank you. Congrats to anyone who just got that a gifted sub there on YouTube as well. Is that number 3 for Messi? My goodness, this dude is a monster. The ant heads are supposed to be a support as well for the porch. Are they? Where are the ant heads? Which porch? I don't see it. Am I blind? Brown building. Oh, here. Okay. There's so many little things you can do with these random pieces. It's kind of insane. What if there's a perfect spot in here to build like an underground base? I've seen the little trapdoors. I think that's what they were. There's a lot of places you could build underground bases. Is there perfect? No, there's no such thing as perfect, but there's a lot of cool spots. We're going to have a semi-underground base at some point. Like, just kind of pick it and build. We've seen back a while back, Grimm, the fellow Grimm, did a fully underground built base in the brick wall that separates the garden from this side of the world. That thing was insane. We've seen some like half underwater bases and stuff. There's some nuts, absolutely insane things. Has a quasi suburbia vibe, but I like it. Suburbia. Been adding stuff to your main survival build, so be ready. I love to hear it. We always need more bases. Mod on Nexus mods should change survival to creative and creative to survival. Ooh, there you go. At least there's some mods. Should probably be about it for this space. Well, perfect, man. Thank you for letting us check this one out. It's a very cool start, man. There's a lot of ideas here. I'm very excited. With what you have going on here, I'm excited to see the survival build, because I think that's going to be pretty epic. Very, very cool. But yes, once again, thank you. Always love seeing them. Suburbia. What build this when I download? What? Who's a what's a? How does one share an Xbox world? Same thing. Just shoot me your Xbox username. It's all crossplay, so works out totally fine. Either way, if you shoot me your Xbox username, and then when you're in the save files here, clean this up. When you're in the save files, you can just do create shared copy here, down on the bottom. But we have to be friends. But if you want on the list, we can show it off. I don't know if you can't like share unless you sent like a zip folder. You can't share it with like everyone. I mean, they could add it to their save files essentially. You could do like a zip file, but I don't know how you do that from Xbox. Other than just being a friend with every single person. Is the only way I know how to do it. Can you tell me your place in line just so I know if I'll be awake for it or not? You're 2 away. We got this one, another one, and then yours. The thing that's going to suck is I'm going to be far behind everybody because I'm on PS5. Hey, just means you're coming in fresh, ready to go. You're gonna have all this content to play. You're gonna have a good time. And it's early access, so there's no like ahead or behind. Like we're all just building, trying to survive the drought of content. Is typically how a lot of people are building. So nothing wrong with it. But I am very, very excited that we're getting PlayStation players in, because it just means more builders, more people doing fun stuff, more players watching. It's gonna be good. All right, we have Scoobs up next. Let's plan on streaming it just to see how it plays on PlayStation 5. I'm super excited for the game. I loved it in the first one. Yeah, I'm excited they figured out how to get more players early on, because that's what early access needs. That ultimately is what early access needs. If I can port my save over to my PlayStation 5, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, most likely if you cross-play it with yourself, I could imagine that you could make the same way that you guys share your bases with me, you would just share it with your PlayStation account, and then you would make that local save, and you'd be good to go. I should really check out Abiotic Factor. It's so hard to play other games, is my struggle. I would love to play more games, but I just, like... I haven't even finished Subnautica. Like... And then in terms of streams, it's near impossible. My gamer tag is just TimberBuilds. If you DM me your Xbox username, I can just add you as a friend after stream. As well. They can get you on the list if you want to show it off now. We probably aren't getting through the entire list, so... From the videos that I've seen, there's already going to be so much to do. My ADHD is not going to know what to do first. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. That is how I feel. Alright, Scoobs. We have a treehouse base here. It's been a minute since we've seen a treehouse base. Dang, you have a lot built and still so much to do. Wild. Alright, let's see. I think we checked out... Yeah, Scoobs. We checked out some of their other bases. They were like all the micro bases from last week. Maybe not micro is the right word, but checked out a bunch of cool little bases from them last week. So I'm excited to see one of their larger bases. A lot going on. Know what you mean? I build on here, Ark, No Man's Sky, Subnautica, and all the PvP games my girlfriend wants me to play. Yeah, it's exhausting. Especially like making content wise. Like one, it's just hard to get viewership anywhere else, so it just feels like oftentimes a waste of my time. As much as I wanted to play Subnautica on stream, the viewership and engagement is just so low that it makes it a little difficult, which is fine. I like being the grounded guy. I don't have a problem with that. Just means I get to play Subnautica off stream and do fun things outside of it, so it's okay. Asked my wife if she wanted to play this game with me, but she's so terrified of spiders she won't even watch me play it. Turn on arachnophobia mode would be my first suggestion. To me, am I the only person that kind of finds arachnophobia mode like a little bit creepier? Honestly, like I tend to find arachnophobia mode almost scarier because like they're blobs. They're not spiders, but I know that they're spiders. So maybe it's just me, but I find them to be a little creepy. Now they added Where Winds Meet to Xbox, and that has base building too. I'm like, WTF, here goes all my free time. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, Uncanny Jelly Bean mode, they're weird. Makes it horrid. It does. It's creepy. They're just creepier. Because they're like floating, and I get it. The legs are like, I don't know, probably what most people are afraid of with spiders. I'm like less afraid of spiders because of Grounded. It's helped. Not that I was like afraid of spiders, but like see a spider, kill a spider. It was always my attitude. And now I'm like, you know, spiders are friends, not food. I don't hate them as much. I actually have a little jumping spider that I keep seeing on the top of my ceiling that I can't get even if I wanted to, so. Uncanny Valley, I should fight Axel with it on. That would be horrifying. The Black Widows are a little creepy, yeah. Nautica 2 terrified me. I accidentally drove your tadpole out of the map and couldn't get it back because of it. Ooh. Because of the Leviathan? Yeah, they're horrifying. Hi, Bruce. Can't do mice or rats. If they ever added that, I would be something. I would need something for that. Interesting. Interesting. In a game, they wouldn't bug me. In life, I'm not a huge fan either, but jumping spiders, they're really the only spider I like. They're kind of cute. They're a little cute. We're buddies now. I told him he could eat flies, get all the bugs in my office, as long as he doesn't get on my...
Just looking, I promise.
The heck are these two doing? A wild battle. You like Black Widows? I don't need that. Found a jumper last winter, which, strange as is, I kept him and got him a terrarium, named him Junk. That's hilarious. Keep watching X-Men First Class. I'll come back if you get to me, or if it's over. Sounds good. Sounds good. Enjoy. Run from them in real life? Yeah, this me and the jumping spider are now buddies. We're good friends. The most curious spiders, and they'll actually come to you. Sometimes you could befriend them like as a Pet, pretty much a dog is a spider form. I love it. I told him as long as he doesn't get onto my computer and on my desk, we're homies. If he starts getting on my desk, we're gonna have problems. But if he wants to kill the flies that are always buzzing around, then I'm all for it. Oddly resistant, so that takes away the fear. Oh, that helps. This game has many jump scares, so my friends just play one time with me and never play again. Oh, it's got like mild horror to it, like mild horror. It's not like the scariest game, but it has its moments. Once you play it enough, the horror level kind of goes completely to zero. I will say, like in the beginning, I was horrified at this game. I really was. And then it got better and better the better I got at the game. Be cool if we could have a mantis buggy. That's like, this almost seems too strong. How destructive. Destroy everything. Sounds good, Mike. Send it away. I'll get you on the list for the next week. Nice little like bar area like this. Kind of like a little hatch walkway to get in sort of looking thing. Should add a baby wolf spider pet that spawns water droplets on its head. Grounded one first night was like Vietnam. It was horrifying. It was horrifying. But a centipede buggy with 4 seats. I want a centipede. I do really want a centipede enemy. That feels like one of the things that's just, it needs to be in the game. It does. Love you on the casual grounded stream, Big W. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I'm so happy that they trust me enough to come and join and be on there with them. Because I always have a good time. Love Chris and Eric. They're a lot of fun. Good guys. Good guys. Darkest welcome in as well. Figure if they drop New Game Plus, your buggies are going to need to be as strong as possible. Who knows how far they will let us go with it. Maybe not a mantis, maybe a wasp. It's gonna get crazy. Like, honestly. It's gonna get crazy. There's a lot that they could add. There's a lot that they could do. Too afraid to jump down there. Seems scary. When's the build off? Unfortunately I don't have the details. They didn't give me that info. I was not trusted with that much power yet. How did you get to here? Interesting. Got a nice little like indoor outdoor seating area. Kind of similar themes to the previous one. Sorry, I'm not talking about the base too much. We're just kind of exploring because it's fun. But the scoobs, again, I do very much enjoy your utilization of like inside outside space. Bye, Fred. I think you do a very good job with that. I think it's very cool. Kind of fun inside spaces that are also never kind of like fully enclosed. It makes for nice little areas. Trying to see. We definitely missed some things. Where is this? Oh, the first room. Okay, I know where we are now. Fun little bounce webs. In Grounded 1 in the playground mode, I figured out how to make combination locks. It was pretty cool. That's interesting. I do very much hope. There was one person that was flaming. Playgrounds today. Like, they were very frustrated that anyone would spend time on Playgrounds. But I think Playgrounds is one of those things that could ultimately be very, very cool. I think it still needs work, and I think they need to hype it better, but I think Playgrounds is a very underutilized aspect of this game. Especially in between major updates. It's one of those things that it just has so... Like, we did Alfredo's. It was so much fun. But you just have to have enough people take an interest in Playgrounds for it to be really cool. It's always going to feel underwhelming until there's just more players doing it, which I think requires Obsidian to say, like, hey, we're going to really push out the ideas. And maybe they need to start, like, internally making some maps or something might help. So much fun. People shouldn't complain. Any real gamer knows early access games are going to have bugs. Yeah, of course. It's perspective. There's a lot of impatience in the world these days. A lot of people are just a little impatient, which, you know, can't blame them. I want more. But they have different people working on playgrounds from survival and all that stuff, so it's fine. What's up, Grim? Welcome in. Personally don't have the interest to play or build in it, but it's a very great thing, and from what I see, people who do like that stuff love to build them and play it. Yeah, and like you have to think of it, Playgrounds is going to give us the most long-term playability. Because the story will always end. And I know everyone wants more story. I know when everyone wants more survival, but at the end of the day, if all we get is the story and the survival aspect of this game, it's going to die a lot faster. Whereas if you start getting people really into the whole Playgrounds thing and building it, I think more people would find it interesting as well. It's hard, though. It's hard. Yeah, this game does have a lot of bugs, literally. Yeah, Scoobs here. I think very similar comments to the first bases. So if you guys don't know, if you haven't seen Scoobs original bases, we viewed those last week. Very similar commentary. The only thing that I really had to say was, one, I really like the indoor-outdoor spaces, the way you kind of utilize, like, rooftop decks. Like, all these things are really fun. The layouts, again, are very fun. They're very unique. Kind of like a fun level of, like, chaotic placement of all the houses and stuff, and just weaving your way endlessly and connecting back through bases like this. It's always really fun. It's fun to explore when I have no clue where I'm going at any given point. But I think that all works very successfully. Similarly to the other bases we looked at, a little bit more cohesion between some of the builds. I kind of think, I like to think when you start building really big, when you start building a lot of stuff, creating a small amount of like theming and design between the different buildings can really help tie the whole thing together. I know we looked at like 3 or 4 different bases last time we viewed some of this stuff, because I think like your layouts are nice, the way you organize your rooms is nice, but they end up, at least for my taste, again, like I know some people will love this aesthetic and some people will think it's a little too chaotic, and I think when you're laying out spaces like this, I think the chaos works well for the interior type pieces that you're doing, and then the exteriors tend to get a little chaotic at times. There's just a lot of materials, a lot of flipping of materials, and instead of having a specific like organization system, like kind of how like this building feels maybe a little bit more simplistic, where there's just like a layer, and then another layer. When there's too much flipping of materials, it gets a little bit hard to read at sometimes. It just feels a little disjointed, I guess, is maybe another way to put it. There's nothing wrong. I mean, we have the materials we have. You kind of, and you definitely want to use like a mix of materials. I think it tends to work better when you're doing designs like this, where there's a little bit more design in the things instead of just kind of like shapes and spaces colliding into each other. Especially like when you start adding in, like you think like 1 material, 2 material, 3 material, 4 material, 5 materials, like that starts 6 materials, like it starts to get a little overwhelming. So kind of like deciding this specific thing, like every building gets this rooftop out the front, and that becomes this like basis of design that can be utilized on everything. That can help a lot, and then like simplifying the rest of it, like then everything else gets 1 roof type, so they're not kind of like swapping back and forth. It's interesting, like adding some of the materials I think work like these, like adding these to like an exterior piece just to add little highlights and stuff, but then the excess of other materials tends to be a little bit more crazy. But like we liked in the other bases, I definitely liked when you like popped out some pieces like this, and you could You could definitely start to think of like some of these types of spaces, the way you've designed this as well, like copying little pieces like this. Could very quickly sort of create just a little bit more cohesion visually between things. Or even just using pieces like this more consistently. And that way, it starts looking more of a village than just a kind of all over the place. Every building's totally different from one another. I'm going to go to sleep because it's midnight here in Brazil, but have a great rest of the stream, guys. I'll be back here later. Sounds good, Capitao. We will be viewing your base here in a little bit. Sorry it's so late for you. The dang time zones are always rough, but I appreciate you stopping by, man. And your base will be on the VOD as well if you want to check it out after stream, or I can save it until next time if you'd prefer. Kind of up to you. But either way, I appreciate you being here. And go Messi. What a game. What player. Yeah, I like the snail bar as well. It's a very fun way to kind of get around this whole area as well. It's very fun connections between these different things. But I think just a little bit more consistency between materials and your base designs start really popping. Is another thing, like we talked about the thatch type roof. Like that could be a good place to kind of tie that in a little bit more in these areas. And then everything starts reading as more of a singular cohesive piece. But you can switch up the designs still. But picking one major material or theme to kind of visually connect them back and forth can help kind of make it simple. Check the VOD? Yes, sounds good. Thank you for sharing it as well. Appreciate that. Have a great rest of your evening. What's up, Gloopy Gale? Welcome in. But yeah, the scoops, very good, very good. I love your interior design. I love the way you like move through your bases. There's just like so many interesting connection pieces. It was a very similar, like the layering of your bases is really fun. Very, very fun. And again, the interior exterior spaces work really well, especially for like a tree house like this. Cool having these like crazy overhang things. Let's see here. Yeah, just the only thing I can say is just a little bit of cohesion. Wish the building was better. It's good right now, but what I mean is I don't think people should have a limit to only 30 blueprints when trying to multi-place. What do you mean by 30 blueprints? Like just more materials and stuff? No, it's bad, but I'm kind of getting tired of building, but I love building. I'm not getting tired of building. It's getting tired of getting resources. Yeah, it's a grind. It's a grind. You have to keep it like, it's a balance. I love building, but I hit moments where I hit builder's block and I get stuck. And those are the times that I'm like, okay, it's time to go gather up a bunch of materials, take that mental break, kind of step back for a little bit so I don't burn myself out too bad. Because that's when it's really easy, when the ideas aren't flowing. But there's nothing worse than when you're in the middle of an idea and you start running out of materials. And also remember, like, this game is not meant to be played 24/7. It's an early access. Even when it gets to 1.0, it's still not going to be Minecraft. It never will be Minecraft. It's always going to have like an end point. It's not a procedurally generated world. So take breaks, play other games, enjoy other stuff, and come back and like don't ruin this game for yourself. That is, I started hitting that point in Grounded 1 where I had so much built, and I was really excited a lot of the times because we were able to make a lot of progress. And I started with an incredibly ambitious idea, but I was at the point I was playing 3 or 4 hours a day, and I hit some levels of burnout. I mean, I had to take 2 months off of, I would take like a month or 2 off of content creation because I was just like, I don't even want to play anymore. So I would just gather materials and endlessly, and it was overly repetitive. So like, take breaks, play other games, enjoy building in other games. Doesn't have to be goodbye forever, but find moments of inspiration and enjoy it, and limit yourself a little bit on how much you play, I think can help as well. Go to sleep, everyone. Have a great night, and I will see everyone when it comes out on PS5. Let's go, Smokey. Appreciate you coming in. When you hold to play too many in creative, you're only limited to 30 blueprint each. Hold to place many. Oh, you're saying the, like, you don't like that when you're dragging? You don't like that you can't drag more pieces? Uh-oh, wrong note. You don't like that effect? A bit late to the stream as usual. No worries, Ninja. Welcome in. I can build forever. It's just getting resources. If you get a friend on, it's like I could build forever. Yeah.
Just looking.
I think finding a way to enjoy a bit of the grind personally can help. Like, make it a part of your daily chores sort of thing. Don't make it like, oh, I have to go grind for hours to get everything I need. Just like 5 minutes here, get mushrooms. 5 minutes here, get pebbles. 5 minutes here, get clay. Little breaks, little things to keep you going. Don't overwhelm it. Kind of take balance. But if you go and gather for 2 hours, it is a grind. It can get exhausting. But I think the limit is the blueprints are one of the most laggy thing in the entire game day. In my experience. So if you place too many of them at once, it can very quickly overwhelm the graphics for the game. It is maybe one reason I think that's potentially a limitation. And then two, like, really, if you're building that big, that big of a wall is bigger than most people's bases. So I think they're more so thinking for that stuff. Like, it's meant for normal base builders. You're always going to hit limitations. Like, I love that you're mega building like a giant triangle castle. That sounds epic. But I think one thing we have to remember as mega builders is the game is not always going to be tuned specifically for us. They've added a lot of things that I think help us immensely at the end of the day. But I think, like,
I promise.
It will never be perfect for every player in every situation, right? Like, you have to take the positive with the negative. And when you're the minority of a player base, as big as our community feels, and as much as the devs are talking about builders and stuff, I will always be the 1% of builder in this game. And so having good expectations of what the devs can realistically do is always going to be something you have to keep in the back of your mind. Because, like, most people will never even use the drag function for that many pieces. Like, this is so much bigger than the majority of people's bases is, like, the general player base. The few, the proud, yes. The pinhead Larrys. Set smaller daily goals. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I try to just gather for 30 minutes a day or so is typically my goal, at least specifically on stream nights. Like 20, 30 minutes, get some materials of something I know I'm going to work on, and then take a break, come back to it. It's easy to get burnt out. It's a lot of grinding. But I would rather grind in this than like Enshrouded. I have a bit more fun with the grinding in this game than most others. To a Tuesday. Alright, I gotta turn off this stream. So glad I'm part of the building family that you are. Glad to have you. Where'd it go? What's happening? Second. Darkest with the pack. Give me a number. Wait, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 through 10. There, Darkest. Got Dave's crazy base. 9. Alright, this one's gonna take a minute to load, I think. I don't even know what this is. it worked for me, but invalid -1 game / GUI. Like what? And how do you have 2,000 days in this, Dave? How Dave? How is this possible? 2,000 days already? Wild. Just a casually grounded live. I was at work, but we'll rewatch after this live had to go. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. No worries, Ninja. No worries. I don't expect everyone to be here all the time. It was fun. We had a good time. We got to chat. We talked about... We didn't get through the entire list of things I wanted to talk about, but I did not want to overwhelm Eric and like just pepper him with ideas. But I'll definitely probably like shoot him a list of stuff. But again, suggestions is the #1 thing we as a community could be better at, is just always putting in suggestions that can get upvoted. And I think we have 700 people in that Discord now. Is that what we're at? Like, is it even more than that now? Let's see, 1 second. We are at 704 people. Our voices are large. Even if we don't necessarily all upvote everything, we will get there. Like, we can get anything. You only need like 50, right? We can get anything. If people put in suggestions like stained glass, I suck at it because I'm always too busy and ADHD to remember what I'm doing. I forget about stuff way too often. But if there's something you're really passionate about, a building piece that we've talked about, put in a suggestion, and just on our Discord be like, yo, everybody, you don't use @everyone or Velocity will get mad at you. It's 75 people. There are 75 people in here that if you post in the Grounded 1 and 2 and say, hey, here's the suggestion I just posted, we can get it to 75 in an hour. There are enough consistent people in the Discord. Like, we can get anything in front of the devs that we want. It's absolutely possible. Hurt your own brain with your jokes? You do. Some would say you came out guns blazing. I'm at 1884, Mike. Holy cow. Finally found someone with more than you, yeah. It's getting that all the time in playgrounds. Exiting and making a fresh save usually fix that error message for me. Okay, good to know. It didn't feel like it did anything though. That's what I don't get. Just got one to like 700. Yeah, we can do it. What's up, Pangers? Welcome in. Good timing. All right. Darkest, right? Yeah. Picked a Surging Sparks. Give me something good. I need something good here, Surgeon Sparks. All right. Energy, Rotom, Vibrava. That's a nice Vibrava card. Klefki, Fuecoco. I do like Fuecoco. Lycia's Appeal. Oh, the Paldean Tauros. Okay. Technical, Mechanic, Fluorite, Reverse Dedenne, Simisear, ooh, in Carophagus, Cafargrigus. I can never say I can never say that name correctly. Literally, I don't know if I've ever been able to say that name. It makes no sense in my head. It's a sarcophagus, but it's Cafargrigus. I got nothing. Get a nuclear bomb. Yeah, I don't think we quite have that. All the Mon and the full Dax Klefki got to be one of the weirdest. There's some weird ones, but Klefki is up there. It is up there. I think for me, all the Ultra Beasts. The Ultra Beasts are just wild. They're straight wild. Back to lurking sounds good. Haven't seen it yet. I would take it. If that was an option, I wouldn't be upset. Am I hyped for the 30th anniversary set? I'm torn. I'm torn. One, I'm hyped for the reprints of cards that, like, I'm personally never going to get, that I will maybe have a chance to get, if assuming they print enough. That part's exciting. Because I love some of the older cards, and I'm like, hey, there's a stamp on it. Like, I'm not going to pay $500-$600 for that card. So I'm excited for that portion of it. The new, like, Mewtwo, like the Pikachu. I saw like a YouTube short on like the artwork for it, and I understand the design more so now, the like chromatic type design thing. I understand the design behind it now and the artist that did it, but I'm still not sold that they're gonna look very good. So I'm hoping they look better with the texture and stuff in person, but we'll see. I think I'm more excited about the Storm Emeralda set as of right now. Not that I'm going to be able to get that either, so who knows? Who knows? But next up we have Dave. Got the big old staircase here in front of the porch of the Billy Hog. This is the grand staircase. Very grand. You want to help me build a stairway to heaven in your grounded build? You might find someone crazy out there that wants to help. But yes, grand staircase. The designs for those cards remind me of the episodes where SpongeBob time traveled into the future. Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit like that. I'm not 100% sold, but if they're not perfect and amazing, the set's going to be easier to get, which I'm kind of happy about, so I'm not, like, super upset about it. A lot of stairs. A lot of stairs. Already liking the little designs you got going on here. Is that a little off-grid work? I like that. That's a really nice little detail. Just like to bump this out just a tiny bit like that. That looks very nice. And a really good mix. Like this is how I like to think of stem and like grass pieces, is like minimal pieces that add just a small pop of detail, but they aren't like the entire build. I think they're really nice as accent pieces. I know not everyone likes mushroom bricks and pumpkin bricks, and that's totally fine. To each their own, right? But I tend to think like the little pops of details look really good, and dude, the off-grid here is wonderful. Is this really? Yeah. Right? Yeah. That looks really nice. It's a very subtle, very, very subtle use of off-grid, but I really like it. Looks really nice. Like just enough pop to highlight the corners. Very similar how I've been using it, just as a little piece. Not over the top. Looks very nice.
Just looking, I promise.
Those are some serious highways. I think it looks very nice. I really, really like. I'm starting to see how you have 2,000 days. A lot of time and effort put into the little detail work here. This all looks really nice. Good night. Doing a little bit of work on the farm. Sounds good, D-Guns. Have a great rest of your evening. Catch you on the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. Guys, stand at attention correctly. There you go. I might need a new monitor. Didn't mean to say I'm saying good. What? Didn't mean to say good night. I meant to say good. Oh, you like not the night part. Okay, yeah. Working on the farm. Working 9 to 5. I need a better monitor with better refresh rates. This is... OBS always looks so much less laggy than my screen feels. I don't want to buy a new monitor. Would be intelligent though. I like these like how these like glow a different color. Holy moly, this is way bigger than I thought. Feel a sneeze coming on. It's right on the edge. Dang. This thing is big. Donkey, sheep, and a horse? Nice, I'm jealous. I want a farm. Oh. That's a little late. Is this mega build? Yeah, this is what I would consider this a mega build, yeah. How did we we know how you get to that. Nice job though. This is really interesting. I'm loving your use of materials, like the switch between everything looks really nice. Is that a sundial? Build a sundial? Three horses and a miniature horse, 1 donkey, and a bunch of sheep. Crazy. Dude, Dave, this is really cool. Very interesting. You're very much committed to the whole, like, different grids and stuff as well. It's like subtle, it's not over the top, you haven't gone crazy with it, just looks nice. Very nice. Like reusing like these themes and stuff in different areas also looks very nice. Very clean. Very clean. Sundial is so cool. Yeah, it's a great idea. It's you gotta build your own sundial though if you want one. I'm absolutely gonna get lost. Holy cow, I was not expecting all of this, Dave. I guess I should have when I saw how many days you have in this world, but holy cow. This thing's huge. This thing's massive. Is it accurate? I mean, it's like placed at a specific angle and everything, so I have to assume it was placed at that angle for a reason, right? Place chests under the platform and label them Roman numerals, so with a corresponding with the sundial, that would be a smart way to do it. Dave, are you saying that the front stairs at the beginning, the stairs are made of off-grid walls? Is that what I just saw pop up on Discord? Wouldn't be able to tell if it was accurate. Yeah, we'll just say it's accurate. Yeah, it just is. Had chickens that got killed by a mountain lion. Yikes! You get that farm one day. I do too. Or just some land. I don't know if I need a full farm. Just a little land. Oh yeah, they are. Dude, what the heck? I thought they looked. They're placed too accurately to even notice, which is the wild part. But I thought they looked too consistent. Wow. Dave said that the sundial is close to accurate, but the sun's off each day, like kind of changes or something. It's a cool concept though. Very cool concept. Dave is messaging me on Discord. For those wondering. Watch the time in the menu and track the shadow, then place chests. That would be wild. Very nice. Very cool so far, Dave. I'm liking it. Geese are anything but Canadian with their temperament. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Here we go. Alfredo, the dad joke man, is back. All right, so that goes up. So let's explore all this other stuff. I don't even know what this is, but I like it. Let's see. Oh, it's like a bug museum. Okay. Very nice. This works really well. Time zone is that sundial, right? Alfredo the Impasta. He is an impasta. He's a dad joke machine, though. That's what I was saying. Child, when we had them, was like 14. They used to run me around. That's awesome. Geese cobra chickens. Oh man. Very interesting. I like it. Fun little way to do a museum, like open air sort of thing. Big windows. Very nice. And they got like a corresponding picture to them as well. I like it. That's fun. I need to start messing with the art more. I've not spent a whole lot of time looking at it. They kind of are smoking. They kind of are. Got the buggy barn. They're just cranky, you know? Just cranky animal. Like that you use the thatch for like the thatch roof for the like hay stall effect. It's a great use of it. You're like doing an elevator from bottom to the top of the Billy Hog, but taking inspiration and breaking it up like you did. Good luck. You will need it. Oh. For a second, I thought that was a stuffed bug. It's not. You just have a visitor. Yeah, they're very territorial. For sure. Never met any goose, but I know a ducky. Oh, gosh. You know, I don't think we've ever seen a column like that. That is wild. You just, like, place some, like, random off-grid columns, but to do the quarter clay foundation, I feel like there's something you could do. I don't know how, but there's something. It feels like you could do something really interesting looking with these. It's a very, like, simple. They kind of remind me of in like Mario, the like caterpillar type enemies where you like bonk one level off of them till you get to the head and then you can kill them. Cool look. I like it. Can slugs get trapped in a house? Probably. Anything can get trapped to a certain degree in this game. Dude, this is wild. It just keeps going. Or cactus enemies. Yeah, cactus enemies. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. A lot of cool ideas in this base. Yeah, there are. Just keeps going, too. We didn't even see this. What the heck? Little cathedral type thing. I like how you've designed each space very, like, individually to make up a bigger base. It's like a skull. Yeah, it kind of does, yeah. These guys are, like, building a monument. Is it just me, or does it look like there should be a floor up there? Got the bug stalls and everything. Was old off-grid tech. I use the gravel now to float columns. I see. I like it. It's very cool. Indiana Jones vibes. Once worked at a resort in Algonquin Park, and the geese got so bad I needed a snow shovel to clear the poop off the dock. Ugh, Boston gave me a slingshot, drove a pebble. Oh, gosh. Honk. Ouch. Nice little water well. Oh yeah, he did this off grid, dude. Holy cow. What is it mazed? I know we spread the word of the off grid stuff, but I'm always amazed to see it. Just so many different ways to use it. All the different stalls for all the different things. These are nice stalls. These look really good. Gives me some ideas for the marketplace we're going to do eventually. Yes, selling my scorpion lamps. You're going to have all your buggies parked. Hope we get firearms with the pirate armor, like a basic musket or pistol. I don't think we'll ever get any type of gun, unfortunately. As great as it would be, it immediately takes the game out of the like PG-13 level and makes it not, unfortunately. Kind of surprised we never got like a slingshot of some kind though. I think they'd get away with that, but maybe not. Candy blunderbuss would be awesome. It would be freaking cool, don't get me wrong. It would be very, very cool. We do have gunpowder, I know, but those are for like the pop things. I think they specifically made that for bombs, but they've said no guns. They definitely have said no guns. Now, can they find a creative way to bypass that? Possibly. Possibly, but I don't know. I don't make the rules. Want the cut harpoon from Grounded 1? A harpoon would be cool. That would be very nice. Just wanted a 6-shooter that shot pebbles you grind up in the grinder. Yeah, we got turrets. I don't know. I don't make the rules. There's something about guns specifically that this messes with their ideas. So they were pretty adamant in the first game that guns were not going to be a thing. Holy storage. Base defense turrets are arguably count as a gun. Give me a cannon that fires roly-polies. Now that. Straight out of A Bug's Life. Sneeze is right on the tip of my tongue. Ugh. Harpoon turret for underwater bases. They said no repeating bosses, and we got the Broodmother again. But it's different. It's different. I don't know if I can consider the Orc Broodmother and the standard Broodmother the same, you know? They are arguably different. It's not, they just didn't add the same boss in, I think is what they're saying. Because it's not really a boss, it's an additional creature to a totally different boss fight, right? Baby roly-polies as pets? That would be hilarious. Yeah, there's some really good ideas from this base. This is really cool. This one has tang. Shoot raw weevil meat like a shirt cannon. Oh, jeez. Are there water collectors down there? I didn't even see. Oh yeah, we're getting lag now. Here it is. Oh, right here. That's what these are. It's a great little design for your water droplets. I like it. Not gonna get my base for a couple, maybe a month and a half. No worries. No rush. I appreciate the bigger, the more, not the bigger, but more and more, as much time spent as possible. And it just gives us more to look at, more to see. I will always appreciate the more and more detail people put into a base. It's worth it. Nice little chill rooms, hang out in. Detail work is really awesome, Dave. I have very little suggestions to provide. There are people speculating that the Broodmother could become a roaming/common bug to substantiate how far we've come and how big the new boss areas are. I don't think any type of wandering boss is going to be a thing with the way they've talked recently about roaming bosses not. It was one of those things that kind of gave us the idea with the new trailer that they did, but I think it just causes too many major problems for the game. Maybe there's a way that a Broodmother could, but they said they're not going to add like duplicates and stuff, so I don't know. It's hard to say. Nothing is impossible. I will always say that. Nothing is impossible. Broodmother's big though. Be sweet because I need like 50 brood chandeliers for your cathedral. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot as well. They're so cool. Yeah, Broodmother and Orc Raids, maybe? Something like that. How else are you going to get them if it's not in the game? Like, if they're going to give us the Broodmother chandelier, they have to give us it in some way, right? Like, you can't just do it once. You have to be able to redo that fight to get the pieces, so... No way it just becomes like a dupe, never-ending dupe thing with the super duper and stuff. These armors were fixed. Oh, like this is a fun little way to do an armory and stuff, like different positions for all of them. Definitely fun. Hope not orc raising getting close to turning off the mixer. It is endless. Yeah, these displays are really nice. Good lighting, good details. I just realized we're really wearing the full dozer armor too. It's nice. I feel so strong. Chunky shield. There's Broodmother decorations. Yeah, there's a Broodmother chandelier. It's not currently something that you can make, I don't think. But it is in the files, and it was in the first game. I know it's in creative, for sure. But you can't get enough Broodmother stuff for right now anyways. Posts for the albums, right? Starting on the Bug Museum, that'll be fun. Chandelier, rocking chair, to my knowledge. Yeah, and the rocking chair was the other one. That is correct. Yeah, these are really nice too. He displays his armor sets. Yeah, it's very unique. We've seen a lot of just like placed things and stuff, but I do like how that's done. Casually grounded today. Thank you, Monoblade. It was fun. It was a good time. I had a blast. I will always have a good time hanging out with Eric and Chris. They're fun. The termite organ, my favorite build ever in Grounded 1 was the what is the build called? The Game of Thrones cathedral, the cathedral type design based on Game of Thrones. The Sept of Baelor. That's what it was. The Sept of Baelor that I made with the termite organ in the middle, that was like my favorite thing I've ever built. That thing is awesome. It was a lot of fun. Need more spider stuff in general for your cathedral. I'm using trampolines as skylights at the moment. That'd be interesting. I'm interested to see that. Termite builder buggy would be a builder buggy. We kind of already have the red one, so I'm not... Whoa, where are we going? What the heck? Whoa. Wasn't expecting that. Kind of already have the builder one, so I'm not sure. I don't know what they would add, right? That's my question is what else would be building wise? Right, they already did the thing of adding bosses as normal bugs with the mantis nymphs. Who says they can't just add broodmother nymphs? That's about the way you could do it. Yeah, that would make sense. That's about the best way I could think of it. I like the idea of the nymphs. Like, here's really hard enemies that aren't necessarily just everything's a boss. Like some more, because in a bigger world, you need bigger, harder bads, right? You know? You definitely need more difficult standard enemies. That was a long fall. That was a fun way to do that, though. I like it. Oh, you even used our arrow idea. I love it. So good. It'll be hard for one to beat how epic the regular Broodmother boss and soundtrack is. It was good. It was good. I got bored of the fight because I had to do it so many times, but it was fun in the beginning. We have seen the two catchers as windows. I do like that design as well. There you go. I started playing this game again, all confuzzled. Welcome in. It's fun. Good timing. August 11th, we get the new update. It's going to be a lot of fun. Really, really excited about it. It'll be a really good time getting back into it. It felt like a longer drop than it took to get up. I don't know why. It's going to be your zipline area up here. Okay. That's like a perfect spot for it. Catch your base on the VOD tomorrow. It's close to midnight over here. Sounds good, 117. You are up next, though. You are up next. But no worries. Also, tons of Broodmother spider types. They could add a smaller spider that is similar enough to drop the same parts. Yeah, there's so many ways you could do it. Also, top of the Billy Hog stand, August 11th. I'm taking the day off, right? Summer's going to be packed into the Abyss update and Next Plague's Tale game releases on your birthday. Nice. Into the Abyss. You mean Drowned? You mean the Drowned update? Well, Dave, I honestly don't have a whole lot of comments for you. This is a sick base. I like the exterior details. I like the base itself. The different buildings are really cool. The use of all the under area is like perfect. Like so much everything. It's all good. It's all really, really good. The use of like all your detail work with the off-grid stuff's awesome. The buildings being at different angles makes for a really unique design in general. It's really awesome. It's an awesome build. Subnautica 2 Into the Abyss. Oh, of course. I should have known. I kind of like Drowned more. Drowned is a dumb name, but it's a better name, if that makes sense. Better add a I Drowned voice line, right? Drowned is so good. I know the devs wish they thought of it for marketing. It is. They're like, I mean, Marcus thought of it. It was out there. He just got outvoted. Because it doesn't sound as good as Into the Abyss for like legit, but it is good. But yeah, Dave, awesome build. Awesome build. Very cool. Great detail work. Great layouts. Everything's awesome. I really don't have anything to suggest other than keep going. Keep designing. Keep building. Build out all this. I want to see more of this stuff because this is awesome. Very cool. And like maybe the lower level designed out as like a dungeon area would look pretty sick. But other than that, I mean, everything's really good. Like these, yeah, so many cool details. I know a lot of people are going to be taking ideas from this for sure. Here's a list of bugs I want in the game. Centipedes, jumping spiders, roly-poly, huntsman spiders, black widows, rhino beetles, and also want tree frogs. Interesting. Only gripe with the OG Broodmother is that it is both the best boss in the game, but also way too easy, and the infected Broodmother is both way too late game and way too hard. The only reason the infected Broodmother was added to the game is because people were specifically complaining that the game was too easy. So it was okay, bet. That is the only purpose of it is to be too hard. Because it's an optional boss, you don't have to beat it. Subnautica 2 came and went for you, not worth the time. I'm having fun with it. It needs that next update. It really does need that next update. It's at a good, fun starting point. It's I guess maybe a better way to put it. The starting point makes me very excited for the future of it, but it needs that next push. It might be one of those games that's just better at 1.0 too. Like, I didn't really play a whole lot of Subnautica in early access. I've dabbled in it, but I wanted to play it as more of a story-based game, so I kind of took my time with it and played when it fully came out, so They just work better that way. Black Widows are coming. I would say frogs will be in summer updates. Too logical with the pond coming for sure. And then just shadow dropping a bayou. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. But I don't know. We'll see. When they liked your grounded area enough that they allow more building underground areas. I need my under tree market area to have more than walls. Yeah, I feel that. Expected broodmother, kick your butt. But I needed its parts. It was tough. It was tough. Once you get good at it, it's not horrible. But it was always a tough fight, even on mild. It's not that it's too hard. It's just that for the reason that it was intentionally hard. It was only added for when you've already done everything. Once you've beaten it, you've already done everything you possibly do. Yeah, I think it was truly only added because people wanted something really hard. Dude, what a tunnel. I saw the arrow going the other way, but now I want to run down this. This is 117, by the way. Okay, so this is the new area. Okay. But yeah, it was literally, it wasn't even meant to be like, it's just here's some cool late game stuff for the fun of cool late game stuff. But that does have its downsides. Just want a tower shield and a roly-poly armor. You'll definitely, the roly-poly was in the first game, so I would be surprised if you didn't get that. The heck are these floating things? Whoa. Alright, 117, I see you. Frogs can just be small toes. No, they need dang lizard. This is an issue. Bring in the hypnotoad. Oh, jeez. What are we on? Like, what number is this? 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th one. 4th of the night. All bugs from one likely return, especially everyone's favorite Wasp Queen. Ugh, I hate the Wasp Queen. That could never return. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I like everything else, though. Oh, Sway, welcome in and thank you for the 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy cow! What? 1, 2, 3. The 10 gifted subs, Josue. Thank you, man. Holy cow! You guys are crazy tonight. Appreciate all the support. Good to see you, Josue. Hope you're doing good. Need to flip that, make a giant claw machine to catch stuffed bug moths. That would be pretty funny. That would work really well. Tiger mosquitoes, everyone I hated those, were the worst. Ugh. Like a squirrel boss or another small animal that isn't a bug could happen. It's possible, but squirrels are bigger. The issue with like a small mammal is they're bigger than a lizard is, right? Like horned toads aren't that big, and they said they're not going any bigger than that. I feel like the lizard was pushing the limits for me at times, personally. Like, it's fun, it's in the game, it's cool, but it needs... It's a bug game for me. So, like, going too crazy with, like, mammals and reptiles, it gets a little weird. So, I don't know. If it was done really well, the possibilities are cool. I think a colossus for something like that would make more sense. Like, something you get to interact with, like the fish and... the snake and those types of things, like, but as a boss, it seems so hard to do. I don't know. Yeah, chipmunk, it'd be hard. Squirrel boss or another small animal. What are your thoughts on a hedge maze made from grass walls and floors? Could be fun. We've done some mazes. I suck at them. Only drops acorns. That would be ridiculous. Black widows. It's clear that they are okay with adding pseudo bosses, especially the fact that the main bosses are going to be way larger. Yeah, just get a Komodo dragon. Oh geez, yeah, same size, right? Same thing. Dude, what a mansion, dude. The fountain, is that what they are? Fountains? I like it. Yeah, these are cool. These are very cool. I don't know what we're seeing, but I like it. You just keep going, dude. This thing's ridiculous. The lamps with the stairs feel like something you'd see outside a ski resort or something. It's true. It does. I mean, they do look very much like fountains. I like it. That's very cool. It's a great use of these things too. 117, you've outdone yourself. This is clean. This is clean. Who's going to build in the new tree? That new tree looks like it's prime real estate. It's going to be interesting. Imagine we're going to see a ton more mini bosses that roam, especially want to see dragonfly mini bosses. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I think I missed something about dragonflies earlier, didn't I? I think it was a while ago, though. Praying they add dragonflies, your biggest want in the game. Dragonflies would be cool. Sorry about missing that Omni earlier. Put them back. A sap on mushroom walls isn't leaving with this update, right? Probably not the one that's like coming out in the next day or two, but get them up because Eric, the way Eric talked about the sap collectors on mushroom walls, that's not gonna last. So do it now. Do it before August 11th. Do it before August 11th. That's for sure. Dude, this is clean. Gonna see that golden retriever for the WTF fear factor and then drops a horde of ticks. Oh geez. Get a discount avatar banshee riding. That would be hilarious. It would be fun. Yeah, dude, this is clean. 117. What the heck? I like this a lot. I like this a lot. So this is how my brain thinks. Symmetry, clean, simple design. I love that everyone else can build chaotically. My brain just doesn't think that way. But this looks super nice, dude. I'm loving this. Yeah, the open space, the just like clean, different sides. I'm gonna go to bed. Sounds good, D-Guns. Have a great night as well. Oh yeah, I like tossing these things in. I like that. The little chest designs. Dude, this is great. Like these like split columns and stuff too. Little custom windows. This main corridor is so nice. Floor, dude, the floor design, like mimicking the circle from above, looks really nice too. It almost looks like the way you did the lighting, that this is reflecting off the floor, but it's actually just the floor is lit. I like this a lot. He has been doing some work. Oh, that's a nice detail too. I like this too. Splitting these up, yeah, this is nice. Dude, you got some ideas going here. It's what you're going for? Yeah, it's working. It's definitely working. I like it. My 117's builds have inspired me since I joined this community. They've inspired me as well. Very clean. You have so many different styles too. So many different styles of builds, which I think is really cool. Like your other ones have a lot more going on. This is like very clean, simple. It's cool seeing that you can build both. Dude, like the little wind lights, little hidden lights and stuff. Building your main base up in the Scarecrow head, so thanks for the ideas. Nice, that's a cool spot. I thought about building up there, it just seemed complicated. And the freaking org bugs up there, ugh, sounds hard. Good thing is the only thing I'd improve would be adding support pillars to the bridges, which everyone forgets about them in awesome builds like this one. You're saying that these supports, so that's not floating? True, get on it. Get on it, 117. You don't look like you've been too busy, so. Ooh, that's a really nice way to do this too. Like, two of them back to back. I like that. The heck is this? What? How did you get that in the floor? Waiting on the handy gnat? Yeah, I don't blame you. That would do it. Arches under the bridges, yeah. Love the lighting. Is bright then dark. Great contrast. Yeah, it is. Everything 117 has showed hasn't missed. Really cool ideas and clean designs. G Kims, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. From the first floor? Okay. I like it. It's a small detail. It's cool that they show through. I don't even know if you were intending on that, but it's kind of cool. I mean, like the little... There's so many cool little details, dude. What the heck? What? Freaking archery room. You can see from the outside. Dude, this is epic. Very well done. It was an accident. If it works, it works, right? And it's going to help me a lot with your huge sky bridge that'll connect to every major location. Yeah. I'm really hoping Eric heard me today. If I love you guys. I love all your ideas. Selfishly, if Eric heard anything, it's the handy nat and custom mode that we need it. We need it so bad. I'm dying. I want to keep building on the outside so bad, but I am literally dying. I don't know how much more I can do. I need it so bad. Selfishly, that is what I want more than anything else. I know all the other stuff's coming at some point, so I'm not like worried, but that's one I want sooner than later. How much was the bribe? I don't know. He doesn't take bribes. He's a tough cookie to crack. He's a very tough cookie to crack. They didn't say it wasn't coming. That's true. They did say they weren't sure if it was coming with the original release. But I'm really hoping we convinced him to be like, all right, well, builders want it. Let's give it to him. 4 million lingonberry bandages was the asking price. I'll get on it right now. I'll get on it right now. Falling and then dying. 15 snake scales, take it or leave it. Oh, that's even cheaper. That's even easier. What the? Ooh. Dude, this looks nice. This is nice. Yeah, I'm loving how clean this build is. This is a freaking TV. The heck? In a dang TV stand. I love that it's like an old TV too. You can't even get a plasma screen in this thing. Handy nat in survival mode? No. The only way you can get it, so in the first game, you could get it by going to custom mode, which you can just play survival, but you change your world to custom and turn the handy net on, and you only lost access to achievements, or you could also, when you got to New Game Plus, you automatically unlocked. But we're a very, very long ways away from New Game Plus, so I don't expect that anytime soon. It's a period appropriate TV. Exactly. No, it's very fitting for what the game is built for and around. Look at that. What a view. This gets very dark picture mode from the outside. Okay. Oh, we got a little time. Oop. Is this gonna be anything? You just wanted one bounce web, just cause. But yeah, I'm dying for handy net. I will go to custom mode in a heartbeat. And plus, for this game's gimmick's gonna be the stranger coming out of nowhere and bug bombing you with like 500 green shield bugs that are there and they're infused. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. But man, I really had a lot of fun with New Game Plus. Is that plinth just to admire his work, right? Still working through the thought of that center. I like it though. It's cool. I think we talked about your previous bases needing a little work on the exterior and how you like support them and stuff. This base feels like you did it. You done did it. The inside's epic, super clean. The outside's really fun, cool design. The lighting is phenomenal. It's just the touch of light everywhere that it needs. Like, it's very nice, dude. Great Gatsby vibes from the outside. The dozer touch is nice. Yeah, it is nice. Creepy. They need to make the eye follow you, though. That would be creepy. I took what you said to heart. You did. I knew it was there. Like there was no question of can he do it? It's will he do it? When is he going to get to the outsides? Because your other design is more like there's so much of it up in the air. It's hard. Without the handy net, it's just really hard to build exteriors this big. It's one of those things that the handy net just changes the game fundamentally and how easy it is to build this stuff. But this done did it. Follows you and a reversible vision. It does work. He done and did it. You done did it. I say this is all really clean too. Like the roof work with the lines and stuff. I love just the small amount of lighting showing between these things. Very nice. Anyone who does exterior designs right now deserves so much credit, even for attempting it. Seriously though, it's painstaking. It is a painstaking amount of effort. This one's not lit up though. -1. No, this is epic. This is epic, dude. I'm loving it. I still can't get over this bottom floor though. It's so good. I love this like main corridor. Imagination. Chimneys are chef kiss. Yeah. It's very good. Very, very good. And there's still so much you can do with it, you know? Like there's still a lot of space to keep expanding and building out the areas and designing these things, which also is nice. It's not like it's not totally done, so we get to like see some updated images and stuff when you get to it, but yeah, this thing's awesome. Don't want to fall down there. Well, holy cow, dude. This thing is epic. Good job. Oh, we didn't even see this side. Oh, wait, no, that's the front. Never mind. I'm a goober. I'm a goofy goober. We did see this side. Very well done. As I've thought with some of your other stuff, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of comments except for just finish the top spot because I want to see what the heck you're coming up with up there. I just want to see what you're going to come up with. Oh, and then you need to change these to pine cone. These need to be pine cone. That's my only suggestion. Poo-poo acorn. You could put armor stands on furniture to make it look less empty. That would help here a lot if you added lounge areas. You could put them on furniture. It's just a little, it's always a little jank. It's possible. We've seen it. You can do it, but it's always slightly off. You can't do them like perfect, but yeah, I'm very interested to see what you do in here. It's a cool space. Woolly aphid can be placed on the blueberry chair. Yeah, fill it with the bugs. They're bug friends. That's what they're for. Little buggy friends. Do you have any ideas for this area? Like what you're doing with it? Or is it just kind of coming together as it comes together? Perhaps, per maybe. Don't want to keep you up all night. Not a single clue. I mean, you kind of like, you have all the stuff downstairs, so now it's like, flying bugs on the walls. See the ultimate basketball arena. A lot of things you could do. A+ for the TV. It is a cool TV. It's an epic TV. Open to suggestions. Good question. Be a lot better than the one you're making. Hanging flyers would be nice in this room with the lights using stripes up the walls. TV still uses an antenna. I don't know. I'll have to think on it for a little bit to think of what you would put in here. Bad Max pun, right? An arcade, if anyone could do it, it would be 117. Yeah, an arcade could be cool. I mean, you could divide it up and do like a billiards room, a movie room, because like kind of like the attic space or like the top floor of a cool mansion or something. You can do a lot of cool things. It's a big space. We have lots of wall space. Like you could do a movie room, an arcade room, a billiards room, a bar. You could make it like multiple floors or like partial floors with like, you leave kind of like this middle part open and build like a floor around the edge or something that comes out just a little bit. Could be interesting. Parse it out a little bit, yeah. I mean, you're already kind of doing that, so you could kind of take it to that next level a little bit. But like leaving the middle open, so you see from like the bottom floor through a floor or two up to this. Oh gosh, we've already seen world building, Mike. Lude had a brothel at one point, so it is possible. I don't know what the ultimate goal of the establishment is, but it's always a possibility. Could be interesting. The thing, I don't want to cover the ceiling. Yeah, I think like a partial floor maybe. Because you're not really losing out on anything if you build out to like here, or even like if you copy like this area, like a floor brought down from this line. Because then you would still see everything, and then you could build like a track around the outside sort of thing. Could be interesting. Temporary base was the lusty ladybug. That's funny. Be a cool nightclub with that ceiling. It could be a cool nightclub. That would be kind of fun in this build. Especially because you have this like central stage sort of thing here too. Do like a DJ booth up here. Could be pretty funny. Very interesting. A lot of cool ideas though. I like it. Very fun. Good job, man. I'll think through some other ideas and shoot them over to you if I come up with anything interesting. Can't promise anything, but if I think of anything, I definitely will let you know. And everything else is so good. He hit a home run. Yeah, this is cool. Very well done. Very well done. Great job. I'm liking it. Then what are you going to build? So much space. You're going to have to build 5 more of these. All different designs, though. Yeah, it's pretty freaking epic from the outside, too. Very well done. Found out today, spike traps can be placed on weird angles, bunch them together, and they look like Czech hedgehogs. Those beach things in World War II. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, MOA mansions. Mansion Alley. Endless mansions. It was a big old mansion. Very well done. All right, I am going to run to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. It's the first home in regular Texas neighborhood 117 is remaking. Seriously, though. All right, give me like 60 seconds. Randomly, you're up next, actually. You are up next. Give me 60 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay. Good night, 117. Appreciate it. Alfredo, there you go. Give me a 1 through 9, I think. Not yeah, 1 through 9. Timber's finally worn me down to share my base for a tour. I haven't even gotten into the multi-grid building yet. I don't think I compete with you nerds. No. There is value in everything. Choosing the highest number and hoping for Ascended. I don't think we have any Ascended left. I think it's all gone. I think we have ripped, yeah, we've ripped it all. All we have left is Mega Evolutions, Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade, Perfect Order, and Chaos Rising, and a Phantasmal Flames. I'm running low. I'm running real low. I got plenty of Chaos Rising and Perfect Order, but I need some stuff to show up. But a 9, it's not... It isn't Ascended, but it is Perfect Order. I'm hoping to get some more, but they just haven't dropped any. And I haven't felt like paying triple, quadruple MSRP to get it. So, won't have any for a little bit, I don't think. But we'll take some Perfect Order. Amora, Bunnelby, Hippopotas, Dartrix, Judge, Naveen, Volcanion, Luminous Gillette, Shinx, oof, and a Tyrantrum. I have so many of these Tyrantrums. Never ending. The struggle is real. Struggle is real tonight. It's okay, though. You can't win every time. Ducky, we have randomly and Capitao, and I don't know if Ghost shared their build, and then it's yours. Is yours just a massive airship? Yeah, bad luck tonight. Bad luck. That's okay. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. Did I get your build yet randomly? Did I just erase your build? Did I just unshare your build randomly? Is that what I just did? Because now I don't see it. Unless I'm crazy. Might need you to reshare that real quick. I think I might have. Yeah, I think I was trying to delete the saves because it makes everything laggy, and I might have just unshared it. If you could reshare that with me real fast, that would be great. Oops. Ducky, is yours a massive airship with nothing in it? Or is it super detailed? Because I may have accidentally clicked on one of the spoiled images, and it looked like a massive airship. And we've seen a massive airship, so I want a detailed airship. I want all the details. So if you need till next week, I'd prefer to wait till next week so you have something crazy. Because we've seen airships before. No what? No, it's not about the airship. Well, then what is it? What is it? The smaller airships? So it's different airships. Are they crazy? Randomly, let me know when you get that shared. Can't believe I deleted that. How annoying. An armada or nada. Shared cat. Why don't I see it? You know what's crazy at this point. I just don't know how to help you with more of airships. That's the hard part. Unless there's just crazy detailing and stuff. Okay, randomly.
This counts as research, right?
Those are cool. Didn't unshare, it was never shared. Well, that's life. Nogchan, welcome in. How you doing? You having a good evening? I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I freaking love the pinecone railings, man. Gotta love it. Amazing now. Let's go. Yeah, a little like detail work with these is really nice. Oh, these are very interesting too. I like it.
Nothing like H2O.
Nice little details. You're so fast. I was like, why am I so fast? I didn't realize you had the aphid slippers on. Should probably make a pair of these, but I'm too lazy. Did you clip those stubborn railings, right? Sometimes they're just weird. Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. They sure don't like placing like this for me in some spots. Windows look out of scale to me, a bit too big. And I think they fit kind of nicely. Maybe like a couple of them, but they're still kind of nice. I don't dislike what you've done so far. I think this looks nice. This is really nice. It's kind of that's the other struggle, right? Though, like, you can only work with the scale that we're given. So some of them, like, maybe it would be nice to have them a little smaller, but you can't. This is technically if you want to make this type of shape, like you can't go smaller. You want to use the arches, you can't go smaller than this. So unfortunately, that's just always going to be a part of. It's like Minecraft. It's the same sort of concept. Like there's always going to be a certain level of limitation. The only way that you can make them look better is to build exponentially larger, right? So with what we have, it's kind of one of those things, like, it's the best you can do sometimes. But I don't think they look bad. I think if they were smaller, they might look too small. I do think the corbels look nice. I do think that looks kind of nice. Because it gives the same effect, but it just switches it up a little bit. I think I like that side in these a little bit more. But I do like what you're doing. It's a little hard to see with the way the shadows are coming right now. But I do like the little, like, window design that you have going on. With, like, the interior kind of design and making these walls super thick. I think that looks really nice. It's hard to see it when the sun's not, like, right on it. But I think it looks very cool. Yeah. See it a little bit better now. The windows look a lot better when the shading is at the right spot too. It helps. They don't look so big. It helps like divide it up a little bit, which I think is really nice. I think it's just that specific sun angle sort of dilutes the detail a little bit. But I like what you're doing with it. Some pillars in descending order on the wall above the front entrance, like you showed in an earlier tour, would do numbers. Yeah, a little bit something. Break up some of this a little bit. That could help a little. I like the depth you've created with the windows right off the bat, but I definitely think like some of these walls feel a little flat. This could be one of those scenarios, not that you're going to want to do something like this, but this is where I tend Like, I like that these are sort of larger features, and this is as well. This is where I like to maybe pop this out a block or in a block. Like even just like a half vertical wall. That would help add a bunch of depth, so it's not just one connecting wall. Like, or even if these came out a half block and this came out a full block. Not that you're gonna want to go change all of this now, but that's something that helps add a lot of depth, and it helps take a little bit of the attention away from the windows as well. Because currently, other than this step back, all the attention is drawn directly at these or the front entrance, and like these are really good, but it just feels a little flat where these things are connecting. I think these would look really nice if like this stepped back. Even if you didn't, maybe you could step this back one and continue it as it is, so you don't have to move this all forward potentially, but that would help doing this detail here, so stepping this all back one. I know that's an annoying amount of change, so don't feel like you have to do anything, but that's like my first thought. Kind of helps break it up. It would help the windows feel of the scale. The focus on the window scale wouldn't be as much, I think, if there was a little bit of a break between these points. It just kind of feels like a natural point to like step it in one direction or another. But I know it's a lot of work to change that, so don't feel like obligated or anything. Trying a bunch of different designs to figure out what I like. Yeah, I mean, I think you're heading in the right direction. I think it's a very interesting build so far. Like the shape of this build. Yeah, it's like a more unique cathedral, kind of more classical, which is cool. But yeah, it's just missing a little depth. Is my what my intuition's kind of pointing at, just a little bit, because I think it works really well with the windows. It's very fun, and like how it's kind of almost symmetrical, but it's not at the same time. I think that's very true to form with a lot of buildings like this, which I think is very cool. Pumpkin entrance is gorgeous. Yeah, it looks really nice. And I would hate for you to have to move it. I was trying to think of like a really small detail you could do to sort of switch that at one area up. Little crafting storage space. Some more open rooms to grow. Ooh.
This counts as research, right?
Scaffolding. Interesting. Pretty cool. Wow, I freaking love these things. So good. Why do yours want to place right? What the heck? Very nice. This will be really cool when you get it all detailed out and stuff. Are you planning on building in the roof or leaving it open? I don't think there's a wrong or right way. I'm just kind of curious. I love everything you're doing with the pine cone railings. It's building these bases. Okay. See ya later, nerd. Leave it open. I think that's gonna be really interesting. I think it really comes down to like how you detail it and stuff, but the lighting and stuff, so it's gonna be really cool. Hogwarts houses, yeah, gives that vibe. Does give that vibe. Very interesting. The ultimate greenhouse, yeah. Dude, this looks really nice too. I like this a lot. Another very clean interior design type thing. I love that this is like, it reads as like a 3D painting. That looks really cool. I like that. Yeah, very interesting. What is that above the door between the stairs? This? The Minotaur wall mount? It's a Founders Pack item. Yeah, just a Founders Pack item that you can get with if you purchase the Founders Pack. Another great reason to get the Founders Pack, you get some very cool items. I like the little like stories, like you've created pictures. That's really interesting. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that. And it's like artwork you'd see on a wall in like a castle, but you've made it like a 3D thing. I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. It reads really well. The build as a whole. Oh, is it? Are you building like Super Mario's the Super Mario Castle? Pictures are bugged. I don't have the new articles as an option. Oh, that sucks. I'm sure there'll come a time. Dioramas in the wall are cool. Yeah, it's like the Super Mario 64 wall art picture frame things that you jump through. If that's actually what you're trying to do, that's like, it's perfect. It's too good. I like that a lot. Roof is wild. It's supposed to be Hogwarts. They're the talking portraits. Oh, that's actually also genius. So it is. We were talking about. Someone already made a comment on Hogwarts. It's already working. I like it. Yeah, you knew, Mike. You knew. They're freaking cool. Those are epic. These are really clever. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, these are really cool. I don't know how I would do these, but now I want to do something like this in my build. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, that art is really cool. I'm loving like the layout. I know you still have like obviously a ton of work that you're working on, but just the little details and stuff is really nice. I'm no muggle, yeah. Asking for tours isn't to get help or better anymore. Really, it's just show off your builds. Okay. Sounds good. Dude, these are cool. Well, that would have given it away. Good thing we didn't do that before you asked. I'm gonna need some of these in my base. These are cool. Already getting lost. Dude, this is freaking awesome. What the heck? Is it just me? This just feels different. I don't know. Oops. Dude, this looks awesome. Whose base? This is randomly epics. Definitely want to give credit for the portrait ideas because I'm stealing it for your Hogwarts build now. Well, there you go. I don't blame you. This looks epic, dude. This is another, like, very clean, cool designs. Really cool. Really cool ideas. Looks really nice. The fire pit and stuff. The bookcases look really nice. The staircase placement looks really cool. Yeah, this is very good. Yeah, I love the bookshelves too. That's one of the more I don't think we've ever seen anyone quite do it like that. We've seen some different ideas, but that might be one of the best bookshelf options we've seen. More shelf options? Yeah, we do. The fireplace is a flue. Oh my gosh, that's sick. That's such a good idea. Oh, I love it. That's so cool. That's genius for the Flu network too. Such a good idea. And like the angle. Oh, and then you have like the main. So are you building this? Is this like a scale build of Hogwarts, or is it just like an interpretation of it? Because I don't actually know the layout of Hogwarts well enough to be like, oh my gosh, this is like accurate to it. Are you just kind of building it with ideas of it? Because I know it's just such a big castle. It's hard to remember how it's all laid out. You're just your idea. I think that's the perfect way to do it. That is like literally the perfect way to do it. I'm never a huge fan of like a one-to-one copy of something because it takes a lot of the like the creativity out of it. Like just trying to copy something one for one. Not that you don't have to be creative to do it in the first place, because you have to figure out how to interpret all the ideas into something that works for a game like this. But like the Hogwarts vibe is here. The like shifting corridor main area, freaking awesome. Like the little details that you did here, these look really cool. This is a really cool little column design. Don't you be dissing my Game of Thrones courtyard, but it's like it always takes a certain level of creativity. Don't hear what I'm not saying, of course. Like it takes a certain level of creativity to come up with how to make a real game idea, a real like a fantasy world or a real world build into something else. But I like the freedom of saying like it's a Hogwarts inspired build is what I like about this, because it's like I see the elements, but then it's like your own layout and design and stuff is really cool to see. Because I absolutely am seeing the elements of Hogwarts. Like these, dude, your railing design work is really cool. These freaking pinecone railings look so good. I got some work to do. I got a lot of ideas. There's another flue at the base of the grand staircase. Yeah, I was going to save that. The hogworm space. Yeah, even more like the picture frame ideas are genius. The secret, like, actually such a Hogwarts idea too. Like the secret doorways inside those things as well. I can tell you are a Potterhead, and I'm here for it. This is gonna be freaking awesome. Staircase at the very back is your first experiment with off-grid building. I didn't even really notice it. Oh yeah, right there. Very cool. It's a clean, very clean use of it too. It's amazing what you can do with it. It looks so natural too. Everything looks very like natural, like it was just meant to be like this. Very clean job laying those out. And Hogwarts is one of those builds like off-grid I think is going to help because it's a very unnatural build. Hagrid's hut in the Owl Tower? Yeah, that'd be cool. It's definitely given the Hogwarts vibes. And like the interconnecting doorways and pathways, very, very fitting. Very, very fitting. You got a major project ahead of you. Holy cow. This thing is massive. Wanting larger circumference round towers for the grand staircase tower. Yeah, that would help a lot. I love this. This is going to be really cool. I do eventually build Hagrid's hut, Quidditch pitch, and Hogsmeade, maybe even a train. Dang. But when you get there, let me know, because I want to see it. As a Harry Potter nerd, I love it. This is freaking cool. I got no tips and tricks for you. I think it's all there. Chamber of Secret, yeah. A Chamber of Secrets would be really cool. Where? That's also why I love the like inspiration of it, because then you don't have to copy it like one for one, and you can make a creative interpretation of it as well, so it doesn't feel like it's just not working to be like a one-to-one perfect recreation. The Chamber of Trinkets. Too good. You're too good at this, Alfredo. Shouldn't even be allowed. Dude, this is gonna be freaking epic. I'm loving it. You're definitely gonna have to update us. I don't have any good suggestions. Like everywhere that you've designed out, like even just like the little doorways and stuff. Like this thing looks so good. I want to use. I'm definitely using that in something. It's like window designs. So many cool little things. Yeah, the places you've detailed are really good. Really, really good. Oops. There was stuff up there. Yeah, the ideas are all there. I don't have any suggestions for what you've done. Near the bridge, Harry and Ron fly the car by. I've been to the actual bridge in Scotland. It's your path from the Rose Garden to behind the statue. That's awesome. I would love to see that in person. Oh yeah, it is. It does have the houses. Tower was built purely to build the roof. Okay, makes sense. Nice. Very fitting. I like it. The snack. Sneak a snack. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any major suggestions for you. Like the stuff that you built feels very, very, very well done. Just keep going with the ideas because it's going to be epic. Like every space that's detailed out. The frickin' paintings, the 3D diorama paintings for like the live talking paintings is so good. The entrances, the doors, the detail work. Yeah, the outside needs a lot of work, but I think with a little bit more layering on the outside, like we talked about, like you're there. And I think on a build of this scale and the design you're working through, you could get away with the inside being the showpiece. I don't think it's going to require killing yourself on the outside to get the effect done. 'Cause I think you're there for the most part. I just think it needs just a little more depth. Just a little less flat walls, a little bit more movement, and you're set. It's like this, the depth that like something like this creates, even if it's simple, works really well. Yeah, definitely focus on the inside. I think the inside is what's going to sell this one the best. I think as you continue building, even if you don't want to go back and change these things, think about little transitions like this a little bit, because that's like you're going to have a lot of random space and random buildings. That's kind of how Hogwarts is made anyways. Just think about a little bit more step back, like things moving forward or backwards a little bit, and you're there. Because like the windows look really cool. They look really nice. They totally get the effect that you're looking for, and just a little bit of depth. Like I don't know if I'd change anything if all you did was toss a half block on this front wall, and just these two pieces popped out a half wall more. And I think it would. It seems like a small thing, but I think it would make a huge difference in areas like this, because that little bit of depth goes a long way. And I think a lot of people are going to be utilizing these to a higher degree now because they look so good. They're so nice. Have a dummy wearing the mantis headpiece. Have it crouch inside a podium and boom the sorting hat. I like it. It would be worth trying to off-grid some accent pieces on the outside. I'm not that good at it, so I don't know how long it would take. I think you could get away with it pretty quickly. The hardest part is that you've already built these things here, so they may be a little annoying, but I mean, all it is. Like, all you're doing is placing a piece and then Especially because you can hide it already pretty well. Like, that's all you're doing. And then it's just, you hide these things in here. You could make these like not walk through or something, so it hides this stuff, and it's just kind of getting it placed where you want. Off-grid designs are as complicated as you want them to be. You can do it very simply, you can do it very quickly and efficiently, but you can also make it very complicated. Really depends on what you're going for. But if all you want to do is like add in another mushroom layer, like I don't even think you need to go crazy with the pumpkin and stuff. You could add just a little mushroom layer that just covers directly over this wall. Like just build that and you would get a pretty cool effect of an extra layer. I think how many more bases? I'm not sure. One or two? So much inspiration from this. I definitely want to see a second tour. It's an awesome build. Yeah, I absolutely want to see another tour of this once you get more done. Keep grinding. And just test out ideas. Have fun with it. Gosh, it's a time-consuming process for sure. But I think you'll get there. I think you're headed in the right direction. Top all the edges with mushroom wall B. Maybe add some mounted hedge on each side of a pillar for the Hogwarts vibe. That could work too. There's a lot of ways you could go with it. That looks really nice.
Right?
This is a cool little detail. Playing around with some things. This won't be the first time I've torn things apart and rebuilt them better. Yes, I like the willingness to change. It's hard. It sucks sometimes, but I mean, really, like, even if you don't tear this apart, like, just one grid. Just building this exact thing with one grid would give you just enough differentiation from this piece to kind of get the vibe. But even so, it's not like it has to have it at the same time. It doesn't absolutely need it. It's just one of those small things that, like, think about in the future as well. It's working as is. Could even like do a little pumpkin lining of some of these things. That's one of the pieces that would be nice. Like this would look really nice to have in every piece. Like each one of the walls, not just this. That would be really nice to have. Just think about using these like triangle pieces as like a wood accent. That would do it. Like a wood accent around the edges and stuff. That would look really cool. Made a large chest set at your base. It's on Discord if you want to make one. Like in the first Harry Potter. Yeah, I do remember seeing that. The chest set, yeah. So many more cool things you could build as well. I love being able to like draw inspiration from a specific story like Hogwarts as the inspiration for it, and then you kind of get to pick and choose what you do and don't like about things. Use as much or as little reference material as you want. Love to use it as paneling. Yeah, I think it would look really cool. You almost get the effect with this, but the other one's just a little better. Yeah, this thing is freaking awesome. I am very, very excited to see this again. Just keep chugging along, because this is going to be cool. One of those builds we're going to need to see in another month or two. I don't know how long it takes you to build, so it seems like this is a time-consuming process. That's just me. Lots of ideas, lots of space to fill, lots of designs. Your willingness to rework things as well. Randomizer from playgrounds to make an actual sorting ceremony type thing would be sick. That'd be really cool. Get on it. See the joke with the ladybug painting? Which one was that? Someone get a professor. Get out of my frame. You can't fit in here. That's funny. Sneaking in. Clever. Dude, the storytelling. You get these things all done. This thing is going to be wild. I think those are one of my favorite things I've seen in a long time. We always see really cool creative bases, but this is a very unique concept that we haven't seen like live painting type designs like this. This is really cool. Makes me want to do the whole entire art room kind of like this. That'd be really fun. 'Cause that's really cool. Really, really cool. But yeah, this is epic. Freaking Hogwarts build. Very well done, randomly. Definitely let me know when you're ready for another tour when you get some more done, because this is gonna be cool. Take your time. Don't feel rushed. Don't feel rushed or anything, but I definitely want to see the next rendition of the whole thing. As you get a handful more rooms and exterior stuff done. This is gonna be cool. Dozer's eye with a chest saying never tickle a sleeping dragon. There's a lot of clever things you could do. Lot of clever ideas there. Good job, randomly. Very good job. Is Aqua here yet? Aqua asked to go last. You here yet, Aqua? Might be a little while before I make a ton of progress, but I'll keep working on it. Spent 500 hours building a much worse version and grounded one. Nice. We've all been there. No rush, though. No rush at all. Yeah, that was very cool. Very, very cool. All right, Ducky, we can do yours next because Aqua's not here. He has to go last because he's in... I can't remember which place it was. I don't want to say it wrong. We'll do this. Capitao as well has a base after this, and then we'll see about Aqua, if he makes it in or not. Holy ship. Are you shipping me? It's an off-grid ladder? What the heck? We're on top of the pergola? What a view of the new area. Look at what we're getting. Holy cow. This place is going to be wild. This next update is going to be crazy. This is going to be such a fun update. My question is, why is it off-grid? Is there an advantage to an off-grid ladder? Look at you teach me how to make things float so I can make floating torches in the Great Hall. Ain't that the truth? Him and Grim both know how to do that. You just wanted it in the middle? Okay. Oh, because it's in between. Yeah, I get that. Got the ship. Guy steering the ship. Zip lining straight for that dead tree when the update comes out. I know, right? Like, we'll say. Yeah, ask in the Discord randomly. Ask the fellow Grim. I feel like he's the best at making things fly. I can kind of do it on accident, but ship just dropped a mini nuke in the area, hence the flight path. Yeah, and the giant abyss, right?
Anything interesting out here?
It's gonna be such a cool update. Oh, I can just picture it all detailed. Be a lot of water. The big old, what the? Pro? Fallen tree in the corner. I hope it takes us on the outside of the fence. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I didn't even think about that. I haven't really looked out here very much. Handy net? You want me to go top or bottom first? Top or bottom? Okay.
Shoot! Can't shoot! Out of ammo.
Ziplines work in both directions? Yes. At least they did it in Grounded 1. I don't remember that. Interesting. Interesting little turrets. Do the torches make them flamethrowers? Oh, they should be flamethrowers. So the whole ship catches on fire. The Hindenburg 2.0. Remember, you sent a picture of these. I did see these ones. These are pretty cool. The turrets, they look nice. They do look like little fighter ships. What is that tail? What a tail. Always clean up after yourself. That's the front? What the heck is that? A really big gun. Okay. So you off-grid. Is this like a helicopter? Off-grid these things in? Yeah. Almost looks like a railgun setup. Straight launching out of here. Hear the Imperial March song from Star Wars in the back, right? The bomb bay. One flying outside if you want to see it. Alright, we can check it out when we get closer to the front as well. I like it. The bomb. Ammo for the gun? Oh, it looks like a bomb bay. Good night. Sounds good, Rock Me. Great Bases. Just been chugging along away at your remodeling. Well, hopefully this performance update helps out a little bit. It's like a railgun. I like how these light up like a rail. It does look kind of like a railgun. The barracks. Captain's quarters or something. Planning on tour before August 11th. Perfect. Love it. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm guessing that was the ship you were talking about. Yeah. Ooh. There we go. Spots with the green gunk on them would be cool on a rack, like bombs about to be dropped. Yeah, that's kind of what I saw it as too. I like that. See the gun on the bottom of this ship? This? Is that what you're saying? This is the gun? Like these planes just want to launch out and destroy. Oh, so this is the other ship. Okay, okay. I was seeing this. It almost looked like a tail fin or something. I was like, what? They're going to destroy this thing. Can't see. There we go. Let me through. Kind of see that. You can't get closer. You in ghost mode. Think I'm supposed to remember this stuff? Where? Okay. This is hard to maneuver. There we go. Little tunnel is how Luke blew up the Death Star, right? Flies his ship in here and blows this thing to smithereens. Didn't stand a chance. It's green. Oh, jeez. See, this is why I don't like ghost mode. I can just get lost in everything. SS Cricket. Makes sense with the cricket theme. To shoot cricket bombs. Yeah, the name thing is really annoying. It makes it really hard to tell whose base is whose. Ugh, my eyes. Oh, jeez. Okay, that doesn't work. That just hurts my brain. It's a big old ship. Ooh, I like that. These look cool. I didn't even really think of using these ones like that. Like the ship's insignia. Kind of reminds me of like Star Wars ships. What's up, Aqua? Welcome in. I was just asking about you. We have your base up next for last. Your ship's clipping through the floor though, Ducky. A little turret. Very nice. Is there anything else you want me to see? I like it. I like the gun, the massive like railgun design on this one. It's very fun. Ships are turning out nice too. I like the upgraded ship designs. Going to the other ship. All right, we gotta get closer. I couldn't reach. Run. What? Okay, guess we won't climb that. It's not a shortcut. The ground is missing buildable railways. That would be fun. I did love me some minecart tracks in Minecraft. That was fun. Those were fun to use. I spent way too much time in Minecraft building ridiculously stupid roller coasters for fun. But man, was it a good time. Now remember the button. Should be able to rotate the pillars sideways so you can have beams. That would be nice. That would be very nice. So I'm guessing this is the ship getting blown to smithereens. And it's on fire. Got a big boom. Like the glow. Oh, where we go? Oh, wrong way. Does look like it's on fire from here. But for railway style transit system over zip lines, especially in grounded 2, that would be more fun. It's like, unfortunately, they already have the precedent set for zip lines, so it just feels like how they're gonna go that way. But rails are fun. Rails are really fun. The heck is this? Is this all in the same world with the other crazy airships, or is it just this one? It's just this, okay. I had a feeling it wouldn't work very well. It would be nuts. Oh, there you go. Anything else? That was it? That was... I like it. I like the whole gun design concept for it. What's up, Salty? Welcome in. Like, they could easily tweak zip lines to be more rail-like. Yeah. I mean, you could. Will they? Unfortunately, probably not. The hard part is, like, powering. Because then you have to come up with a system to do the whole rails. Like, how do you move? How do you power it? It makes sense for, like, an uphill. I guess then the downhill is just gravity, I guess. You could do it. It's more complicated. It would be dang fun. Yeah, the aphids, yeah. They go so slow uphill, though. It's painful. Powered cart by 2 aphids, yeah. You can make it work. You can definitely make it work. All right. Well, thank you for letting us check that one out, Ducky. That was a cool airship. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the new ship designs. Those are cool. The smaller planes. Have an aphid on a wheel that generates power. I mean, that's essentially how the uphill works for the zip lines. Like, they just kind of drag you up it. You could make it work. I mean, it would be like most roller coasters, but building in the momentum concept, I think, would be a little difficult, but it's not impossible. That's for sure. All right, last one of the night. We have Aqua. Just in time, showed up. And then we will save the rest of these for next week. Sounds good. Enjoy X-Men there, Ducky. All right. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, we're by the ceremony rock area and that stuff. Burgle. Now, is there anything Aqua specific that you were looking for, like, help or assistance on? Did you just want to, like, show off the base in general? Looking for ideas or inspiration or anything? Or last one that went fast? Yeah, I've been trying to save a couple. So after this one, we only have 3 left for next week. So wanna save a couple, maybe 4 if someone else reaches out, but I haven't heard from them in like 2 weeks, so I don't know if we're hearing from them again. It's main building you need help with? Okay, perfect. I'm guessing by main building this one we spawned in. Yes, I did. I saw your message come through, yeah. I'm gonna make this a big tower, okay. For zip lines? Okay. Yeah, I'll get you on the list, Mike, for next week as well. That'll be perfect. That is exactly what we needed. Okay, well, let's just run through it, see what we got, and then we'll see where we can go from there. Holy Axle chests. How many times have you killed Axle? Holy cow, you're doing way better than I am. That's a lot of gold cards. Such a pain. You've only killed Axel 20 times? A lot of chests. That is a lot of chests. Yeah, holy gold cards, I know. I remember you were talking about getting gold cards and stuff, but yeah, holy moly. You got a couple. Need to make the Axle chest 80 or 100, like storage-wise. The funny part, I'm using Axle chests to store one item, so it hasn't actually bugged me that they don't hold more. Never used them for more than hardly anything. Jealous of the Axle gold card? I think I got that one pretty quick. Holy cow. That's a lot of pumpkin sprouts. I don't doubt that the wasp was a pain. They are just a pain. Well, that's impressive. My gold card luck in round 2 is abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Not a fan. It was not that bad in round 1. It has been painful in round 2. Axle gold on 2, Dozer on 3rd. Dang. Rub it in. Why don't you? Oh, thank goodness. I just guessed and hoped. I hope that you had a dandelion tuft I could use. That was probably a little overconfident. Got 2 in 5 minutes once and didn't get another for 3 months. That's been my luck. That has absolutely been mine. Dandelion? What? What are you talking about, Alfredo? What kind of dad joke are you making now? Wasp drone has been a struggle. Yeah, those are a pain. And there's not that many of them is also the struggle. We'll probably get quite a few more as we get more tree areas and stuff added, but there's not a lot. It's always, it was like in the first game, getting the sickly roly-poly. Horrible. Horrible life. 600-something, 680-something sickly roly-polies before I got it. It's only like 5 on the entire map. They don't spawn quickly. Can't win them all. That is true. That is true. Okay. Got the perimeter wall. Just making sure we're not missing anything. I like that you built... This is a cool spot. We've actually seen a few bases here. And it's a really cool little spot to build. It's kind of like immediately kind of a nice defensible area since you have the kind of like natural terrain around it and stuff. You can use these like as you did for like gates and stuff. So I definitely like this area, especially for like a little village. We've seen a handful of totally unique builds in this area, which I like. I love the curved routes, so it just makes for an immediately like visually interesting area. And then also super convenient when you have the field station to access as well right here. So I think that works really well. I think my best advice is if you want to build a tower, it depends, one, how large you want to build it. So you kind of have to decide up front how how ridiculous do you want to go? Because the zipline tower is one of those things. It doesn't have to be insanely tall to be really effective, because typically the goal is not, the way I always thought of zipline towers is that the tower itself just has to get you to other high points, and then those high points get you somewhere else. So as long as you're tall enough to get to like kind of like the base of the tower, like the base of this, you're tall enough then to, that's as tall as the tower needs to be, because like this, the base of this is going to get you ultimately everywhere else in the yard. You can also build one zip line that gets you to a higher point. Now it's a little annoying to do the uphill zip lines because they do kind of just suck because they're so slow. So first piece of advice is really, how tall do you want it to be? And that's sort of, it's a little bit of a guesstimation game. It's not like, there's no exact science to it, but as long as it's tall enough that everything goes down, you're set. Aren't zip lines off line of sight? Yeah, they are off line of sight, but I typically built zip lines, then built that went one central tower that went to different locations, and then I built more that went off of those locations. You want to make as the same size as the lads. That thing? Okay. Yeah. And that feels probably plenty high. Like, if we're thinking about it, that's going to get you just about anywhere. It's a little unfortunate that this area is just a little lower, but this will get you to like, I mean, that'll get you to here. And then you can build zip line, like a bounce tower to get you a little higher and stuff, but you should be pretty good, at least on this side of the yard. The hard part is like, you'd have to go up to get to these areas. That's the only downside of how tall this is. Because this is just kind of a naturally lower spot in the map. Just one thing to think of, but I mean, this is outside of people that are insane like myself, building that high is very difficult. Planning to build up the statue and have a platform on his head to reach everywhere. And yeah, that's another good way to do it too. Is like, as long as you can get to higher things, you're fine. But like, if it all goes uphill, it's slow. It's a very slow zipline ride. So the taller you can make this, the better. But this would ultimately get you to like the halfway point of this, maybe. I don't know, it's like maybe that tall right in here. So then you could take one zip line from a tower here and to get up there, and then you can kind of distribute yourself off to the backyard, or do a bounce web up here and then go off of there. But this one mostly is like, it gets you to the entrance there, it gets you to that, it gets you over here, gets you to that, back to the start. It'll get you over here, and then you might have to go up a little bit, but it pretty much gets you there. Start the tower at the top of the amp already. Like, he just wants to build here is the struggle. But there's nothing wrong with building big. I like it. I'm not afraid of a challenge, right? Secondly, when you're coming up with a tower, you have to think of, you can kind of be a little bit fluid on the inside and stuff. Like, you don't have to have a perfect layout for everything, but what you really want to like prioritize is how you're getting to the top of the tower. So for me, one of the first things we did was build the bounce web tower. That is like the number one thing. If you're going to do stairs, then you immediately want to create a very efficient way up this tower, and then sort of work the design of it, because the tower can be any shape, any design that you want. But like, currently the staircases are like the first thing I noticed, where you kind of like hop up here, and then you hop over here. The inconsistencies of the staircases are going to be the bane of your existence. It doesn't feel bad right now, but once you're another 15 stories up, you're very quickly, it's going to start driving you kind of insane. So I think that's a very simple way to get up and down the tower. Is going to be crucial, because it's not bad now, but if you think about you're in a fifth, an eighth, a sixth of the way to where you need to go to get to, if this is the height, and if you end up ultimately maybe going higher than that, like, if you don't know how to make bounce web towers, look up a tutorial from Grounded 1, or we did the whole stream where we built the original bounce tower in my mega tower. I would highly suggest using that. It's just so efficient space-wise compared to stairs as well, and then you just get more room to design things out. A consistent footprint is really nice. I think that's the one thing right now, like, you can divide the spaces up really uniquely, especially, whoa.
Let's see.
What the? I'm so jealous. These turn out pink. I hate that maxes are yellow. Makes me want to use someone else just because of that. It's so easy to see, but it's an idea to be able to move everywhere in future updates. I should have worded that better. No, I get it. Even if you get from here to the top of there and then you build a zipline tower from there, like, whatever works. Can't wait for hours laying zip lines, then flying buggies come out. It is possible. A wall over a tower. A wall would work very well, but it's not as cool, so there's that. Love this game. Keep up the good work. I have an idea for zip lines. Is there a way to have material go up zip lines? No, not currently. The character can go up, but unless they completely rework them and revamp them, there was no way to get materials up them. But that's just how Grounded 1 worked. So take that as a, we don't know what zip lines are technically going to be. Spiral staircase is nice for controller. Just roll the stick and you whip. Otherwise, 3x3 space and shoot in the center to quick drop, and stairs wrap around. Yeah, there's a certain point where stairs suck. When you're going up really high, staircases are horrible. So it's my personal preference. You get to do whatever you want to do. But that's how I would think of it. If you haven't watched my zipline or my bounce web tower build, I would suggest that, and maybe coming up with that, unless you like stairs and you can see yourself. I just get tired of using them over and over and over again to get up all the way up the tower, since there's going to be ultimately a lot of functionality and different things on all the levels. And it just kind of drove me insane. So I enjoy the bounce web elevator just for ease of use over time. Especially when you're playing, like myself, you're going to play thousands of hours of this. So any time save is also kind of nice. One thing that I would really suggest, and just in terms of the design overall, is look up, second here, go on like Pinterest. This is my favorite thing. I know you guys don't get to see this a whole lot, but I'm always taking screenshots of different things. Like Alfredo sent me some designs in Grounded. This was a cool bridge we looked at for some detailing. These were some ideas for the new portions of my tower, like stepped designs. Go on Pinterest and just look up like fantasy tower, fantasy mega tower, castle, like Lord of the Rings tower, and just like look up designs. And that will help with the consistency of it, because I think the hardest thing is just building a tower of randomness. Like, it's really difficult to build really tall when you just kind of like build individual things and it just keeps adding and adding. It gets a little chaotic and difficult. Whereas if you can build the randomness in the inside of the levels, like how mine's being built. We're kind of just building up the walls and then filling it in. If you can get yourself to those levels and get it up high, it's fairly simple to build the inside of the design. But having like some type of like, this is a huge inspiration for how my tower is going to be. And now it's not exactly like this by any means, but you kind of think like our big thing we have the staircase coming down. Instead of going this way, ours goes up to the brick wall. You have a cool little entrance. You have some like detailed inlay work that kind of steps back multiple times. You have these like tiered towers. Then it'll hit a certain point where it goes up and then it'll like pop back out sort of at the top. And I think looking at towers, like this is Slay the Spire, is the tower from Slay the Spire. It just gives off cool ideas, cool designs. You can see like how you could detail those things. Having reference images will really, really go a long way for building a tower. Because I think having some type of a plan, like when you're building a city and a village, it's a lot easier to sort of just sporadically start placing things and they work as they work. But it is much harder with a tower to kind of like build out the base and then just like start going. Somehow need to transition from pine to mushroom. And I think maybe just starting, like, there's nothing wrong with what you have here. You could just build, like, immediately what I really like. I think this looks super cool. These are already interesting little design pieces that you've transitioned to these little things. I mean, you've built some cool stuff over here as well. I think consistency-wise, like what you have going on, could be kind of interesting to just build out a wall outside of this. Don't even necessarily think, because then you have some room to play with. I also highly suggest thicker walls. If you want to make cool designs, it's always really difficult to build larger builds with just a single wall. So if you just immediately take this, you can leave all of this, and then you can just add a half vertical wall here, and then build mushroom on the outside. And then you kind of have the creative freedom to add as much or as little. I immediately think the base of this, you have a decent amount of room in here, so I wouldn't want to make this any smaller. At first glance, I would probably keep this size the same, but if you built out a little bit from each one, you may lose a little bit of this stuff, but it would allow you to kind of build, I mean, like all the towers that we were just looking at. Every single one of these towers, larger base, skinnier tower. It goes like a large base structurally goes to skinnier and skinnier. And that's almost like every tower design typically works in some way like these. So I would suggest maybe kind of bumping up the thickness of these lower levels. And then you also will then get the freedom that, like, if you check out the last build we worked on, Hogwarts castle inspired build, the depth of the walls allows for all the cool detail work. And as you build bigger and bigger tower wise, you're going to really want the ability to kind of push and pull those walls a little bit more. Another thing, check out the top 10 tips to build better in grounded video. That one's grounded 1 focus specifically, but it does touch on all the points that I typically like to think of. It shows off some really good examples that could be translated directly to grounded 2 very easily. But thicker walls, like at a minimum for these bigger builds, I like to think of that is the bare minimum for a wall thickness. Because then you can come in and you can make these windows that just currently feel maybe a little thin. All you have to do is now this, and like this the thickness really starts to kind of help fill in these voids and these spaces a little bit. Never built thicker walls before I watched your videos, and it opened up a world of options. Yeah, and I think that is the thing. It's one of the hardest concepts to get because the scale can feel a little off when you're first doing it, because the game gives you a wall and your brain thinks that's a wall. But the way I like to think of it is if every building is an interior wall, an insulation gap filled with something, and then an exterior wall. And then there's even more so, like a typical wall these days is an interior wall, an insulation gap, an exterior wall with a type of like metal flashing, and then a metal like paneling system or a brick system. And so there's like typical walls on every building built these days. Like even a brick wall is a layer of bricks, a central empty piece, and then a layer of brick. And so like most buildings that are built are going to have some type of like double thickness wall, which is what allows for like a piece of glass to sit in the middle of it, and add depth to it. And so I like to think in terms of at least a vertical half wall, just because then you can kind of like pop details in and out. Really allows for that extra bit of detail work that I think without, the game feels very, very limiting in many ways. And then as randomly said, as soon as you start adding that depth, you kind of go like, oh, wait a second, like this starts becoming much, much more interesting in the design of like what allows you to do the push and pull, the detail work. Whereas it's always going to feel a little flat and flimsy, especially when you start building much, much bigger builds. And that's the perfect part about this is like you already have the walls, so you could just add to them. And that would be the first thing I would think of. And that would allow you maybe to have a little bit more space. Then you could like pop, if you feel like some of these areas are maybe a little tight in their design, if you have a vertical half wall added to this, like you could remove this wall and use the outer wall here as a little bit of an extra space. And then it allows the inside to get a little bit more space as those like walls kind of weave closer and further from the actual exterior. And then if you're just adding on to it, then the transition becomes very easy, because you can kind of just pick like a natural point. Like here, you're already kind of doing this. Like this becomes sort of the natural point, and you could kind of anchor this in with different pieces as well to make the bottom feel a little bit bigger. But you could kind of just immediately transfer this to the mushroom portion, and then you don't really have to mess with changing this a whole lot. Kind of up to you, but using precedent images for stuff like this I think is the most important thing, and then creating a really good transportation system. If you want to use spiral staircases, if you want to use normal staircases and just build your own spiral staircase out of square ones, like anything works. It's all like what you prefer personally to use. I hate spiral staircases. I think they look really cool with the new pinecone ones, but they just are miserable to walk up on PC. It just makes me want to puke. When you're building a tower like this, they're fine for like one story, but as soon as you have to go in that like endless loop over and over again, they drive me nuts. And these doing square ones with the normal stairs is ultimately feels a little bit the same. It's a little bit different, but I've used those as well. Like they have their place, but it's so much easier if you learn how to make a bounce web tower from watching a tutorial or just going back and watching the stream where we made them, and just like say, okay, this is where it's going to be. It looks like you're building something out here, but I mean, it could even be like, if you don't want this, or you pick a spot like right here, pick it right here, build it up this thing, just like one consistent spot that shoots you all the way to the top. And you can, as Felix's did, you can have it shoot you off on random floors with just building a roof. You just use a quarter roof and it'll bounce your head up, and you'll go and you kind of like ping pong between the two. If you build two up, it'll get you just about anywhere. Good morning, Felix. Welcome in. Google castle buttresses, good for adding depth. Yeah, buttresses, like any flying buttresses, anything like that. Any towers, any large castles, cathedrals, all those things are really good reference material. But I always try to have some form of reference material to look at. It doesn't mean I'm going to copy it one for one, but I'm going to look at it as like a general framework now. And I kind of just at this point can build out the ideas, the vision in my head of looking at a design translates very well because I've done so much of this. But I think having something simple to look at and be like, okay, I'm getting off basis here. It's getting a little crazy. I need to come back, look at my image. We're like stepping too far away from it, from what I want. So you always have some framework to look at. Come on, guys, smash that like button for TimberBuilds. Thank you, actually. It's BK. I appreciate that. I'm horrible at asking for that, so thank you. But that's how I would think of it. Main transportation area, pick one spot for stairs or elevator, bounce web elevator, whatever works for you best. I think like the windows you have going here, I think these could be really interesting to continue up as you go. Like the large open windows and these types of designs. I think that's great. Just kind of have to get the framework going, and then if you pick kind of a simple shape, this might get a little complicated for building out a tower, just because I think towers are typically a little easier to keep a little bit more rectangular and then use the detail to sort of push and pull the actual walls. But whereas if you keep this like start as a rectangle and then build outwards, the inside gets really easy to build out and just design because it's very simple. You can fill it in consistently between each level, and then the outside work is where you start adding in exterior details when you're looking at stuff like a little hard to see, but like this is very similar. Like this is how I kind of designed out my whole idea. Now I can't do this tapering to the same degree, so I have to kind of create my own design of this thing. But instead of thinking the inside has to be this like jagged sort of shape because that's what you want it to get the outside to look the way you want, you can kind of just design with a simple rectangle and then push and pull those exterior walls when you build with a certain amount of depth. Like I said, with the vertical half wall, that is definitely one way that allows to add the exterior detail a little bit separate from the interior details. You're not kind of just stuck to a one-to-one shape as you go, because it's a little complicated. I've always struggled with building unique shapes and then continuing them over and over again, because it tends to limit the interior details and stuff. I gotta crash my night owl, but 1:30 is a bit nuts. Sounds good. Once you see in my friends list, I'll add you to the World Timber. Sounds good, Mike. Appreciate it. I'm excited to check it out next week. Techno, saw you on Casually Grounded earlier. You guys were funny. Thank you. It was a good time. I love Chris and Eric. They're a lot of fun. We get a little goofy. I haven't been able to be on I was on Casually Grounded I was on Casually Grounded and Grounded 1. But I have not been back on since Grounded 1, so it was good to chat with the guys. I get to message Eric every once in a while. We have not deep conversations by any means. He's got too much going on to entertain my thoughts and ideas all the time, but I do have a semi-open line of communication with him on Discord here and there. But it's really fun to be able to chat with them because they're a good crew. I love the Obsidian crew. I'm hoping one day maybe I can get on with Eidos and get to talk to those guys a little bit more now, because they have so much. It's an Obsidian game, but Eidos is doing so much right now for the game, the modeling, the design work, all that stuff. So it'd be very cool to get on a stream with them, because I feel like I really like that crew as well. Love the Obsidian crew, but Eidos seems like a really fun fit as well. So I would be very interested to get to chat with them as well. Especially because Eric is very good at being political in his answers, and like, this is what I can say, this is what I can't say. I'm not gonna spoil things. I'm not leaking any information. Like he has it down. Whereas the Eidos guys, especially like the creative directors and stuff, talking to them, like, not that I'm gonna like get spoilers out of that kind of crew, but the conversation and just the excitement that they have. Where like Eric's focus is not spoiling things he's not supposed to, and he's very good at it. There's the Eidos guys, like, they want to dream about, like, when they get in their interviews and stuff. It's so fun watching them just like, oh, and we wanted to do this, and then it did that, and then it got so cool, and then we could add this, and this buggy spawned this idea, and that buggy spawned that idea. And it's like the passion of those would be a really fun conversation to have with that side of the devs. So maybe someday. This is supposed to be a tower. That's why it's a weird shape. Not a tower, just a building. Yeah, it's supposed to be a building. Yeah. And that's where I think maybe you really don't. You're not so far along that you can't like adjust some of these things really quickly. Especially because like some of these don't really affect all that much. Like it's just like a little thing, which for a building, I think this is a great little kind of design piece. But now that you want to go like full tower. Oh, I gotta sneeze again. Ooh. Just wanna. I'm struggling. Ugh. Went away. But now you kind of have to, I think, change the framework and how you're thinking about this now that you're changing the idea. And so taking a step back, the window reminds me of Burgle's head. It does. This what you said. You got an ad. Okay, no worries. Yeah, so as you were thinking of this as a building originally, and now you're kind of wanting to transition to a tower, I think you definitely... it might be useful to just kind of like simplify a little bit. So maybe get rid of these pieces for now, add the details on a little bit later, and sort of get just a slightly more simplistic shape to get the tower going. I think, as I had said, like adding on a layer of mushroom, kind of deciding this is a good transition point, and just start adding on some mushroom and seeing what you can do. Looking at, again, the precedent images, find a tower you like and just try to mimic as much as you can of it. You have to use your own creativity because this game does not translate to building you can find any picture and you can have great intentions, but this game doesn't translate to a one-to-one design in any way, shape, or form. It's kind of its own unique system. I think you can leave a lot of this like kind of stuff, but I think if you build outwards, that'll really quickly do it, and then just kind of be like, I'm just gonna simplify. This doesn't actually affect any of your save or anything, so don't worry. But create just a slightly more simplistic shape overall and just kind of start sending it from here. Build some stuff out, maybe simplify and like step back how you've done the floor and stuff till you get this vertical kind of shaft, however you want this thing, however you want to move up and down this thing. Just kind of pick a corner or a central piece, like how I did a bounce web elevator. Like pick one spot and then just start building up. You have to build the vertical transportation piece for these towers. Like that's what I really struggled with, is I just started building a wall, and the wall looked really cool, but it got really, really, really difficult to build the tower in survival. As cool as it's ended up, that vertical transportation piece is what allows for the build to keep going up and up. And so if you're building up to that thing, you really want to pick one spot and just build the stairs now all the way up, and then start wrapping a building around it based on like a precedent image you look up on like Pinterest or Google. I mean, you can Google search Mega Tower, Fantasy Tower, Lord of the Rings Tower, Harry Potter, like whatever. You pick your poison for what the inspiration comes from. I think you could also find some really cool like modern kind of tower designs that have cool sky bridges like this. I think you could absolutely keep these pieces and kind of build around them a little bit. It would kind of maybe affect little pieces of this, so you might maybe have to move the windows around and stuff like that. But I think once you get that vertical transportation shaft kind of roughed in and figured out, you can very quickly just start building outwards. But I would suggest simplifying the shape overall just a little bit to get started. And then with a simple rectangular interior, then the outside you can sort of add the interesting shapes and details to, based on like the precedent image that you find for your inspiration. And I think you'll be on your way. But having something to reference, I think, is the most important thing. I think a lot of people think ideas just come out of the air. I know some of my ideas do semi come out of the air, but I have a vault in my memory of designs and things, so I have a lot more reference material to pull out of, just from all the projects I've worked on. I have folders of random projects. I have my old architectural projects. Like I have so much reference material to pull from. My Pinterest is absolutely insane. I have thousands and thousands of likes on Pinterest of cool ideas, and I have grounded boards and enshrouded boards and like Subnautica board. Like any game I'm building in, any idea that I want to do, every base gets its own board, and I just pin ideas like crazy on it, so I just have something to look through to inspire different ideas. And maybe it's the base of one tower, the middle of a different tower, and the top of another tower. Or if it's a city, it's like a European village. Like I was looking up narrow European villages for the village around my mega tower, and I'll take the building from one and add the building of another, and and just kind of like swap in between the ideas, so it can seem like those ideas just come out of nowhere. But they tend to be, my designs happen quickly because I have a rough idea that I can translate very quickly from inspiration. They make the shape more square up this layer. I think if you made it a little bit more square, at the start. I don't think the tower has to be a square to work, but I think as you start off, a slightly more square design would really help getting things started. I think starting with sort of random, like this is great for any base. This works totally fine for just a standard base. But as soon as you get to that level of like you're building a mega tower, starting a little bit more simplistic is going to go a very, very long way. I think it will really help inspire some ideas very quickly. Where's the water? Water! Water! We're gonna die!
Legs become 10. That'd be handy charging into the paint. Filling up the tank.
There we go.
Good job.
And you can always like, oh yeah, in your hotbar. I don't have a canteen anymore because chat made me drop it in the Dozer Stadium, so I always forget the canteens are a thing because I don't use them anymore. I've been too lazy to make another one. Drowned board incoming, exactly. Yeah, as soon as we see what the building is, the building materials and stuff are, I'm gonna start coming up with inspiration pages for that. But yeah, I would definitely say simplify. If you can build the bottom out further, I mean, I like this, so maybe building like this way. You take this whole base and sort of build it out wider this direction. Might lose a little bit of this bridge, but maybe you find a unique way to add it to that. And then, I don't know, I think this is a really cool little design. Try to use some of these details and just start adding. I mean, you could build 4 of these things, 1 on each corner, and just like build those up. That would look really interesting, like kind of simple, easy. And then each one of these could be a bounce web tower, like is one way to think of it. If you just remove this thing, like you could just make this front of a bounce web tower. Or if you did something like build a bounce web tower and then you just kind of like shoot right in the middle of it, because you could build, you kind of need 1 block and then an extra. So you, like a typical bounce web tower would want to be sort of like this size at least. And then you could do like one side of this like this. And this would be the bounce web tower. So like there's lots of different things you could do. But I think that the starting point of this right now, if you want to transition to a tower, just feels a little bit like topsy-turvy. You have smaller diameter, smaller bottom going to bigger, which immediately is going to be really like kind of difficult to design a tower with. It's going to always feel a little top heavy when you start out smaller. It works fine for smaller buildings, but the bigger the building, the bigger the base typically wants to be. So if you find a way to like extend this lower area out a little bit and add some cool designs like this around the edges and stuff and find a way to kind of work it into what you have, I think you'll be very quickly headed in the right direction. Just adding a little bit to it will help a lot. That's always the tough part of switching the concept of a design, right? And you started off with one idea and now you kind of have a different idea, and I've done this a ton on my builds, is it takes a little deconstruction to reconstruct things the way you ultimately want. It's always harder to kind of work with a predetermined idea and then make it something totally different. But I definitely think you could work like this palette combo work with the pine and the mushroom. I think they do work well together overall. I think you could kind of easily even just like maybe flip some of these walls and maybe not use the thatch and use the mushroom and the pine itself and be on your way. But I hope that helps out. Always, as feel free to shoot some pictures in the Discord to get other ideas. Myself and everyone else in the Discord, they're super, super helpful. We have an awesome, awesome build community in the Discord. We have like over 700 members now on our Discord. So it is an awesome, awesome place to post pictures of your bases. Since we can't always do base tours, we only do them every Tuesday, and the lists can get a little long, so it's hard to get multiple reviews done. So if you just need help with a little thing, like just post a picture in the Grounded 1 and 2 chat, and I'm in there all the time. I'm always looking. So if someone asks a specific question, like I'm there to answer it and help with ideas. But there are builders that are as good, if not better, than I am at this point. That are always willing to help with ideas and concepts, and they'll shoot you pictures of their bases. They'll shoot you ideas and stuff. So it's a great spot if you're stuck on one specific thing and you're not ready for a full-on like base tour type level thing, to just get some input from other people that have done a lot of building in this game. What's up, Vakal? Welcome in. You're doing good. But yeah, it is a great resource for anyone that wants help with building. Is just joining the Discord. Great place to get inspiration. Oh, jeez. Launched off the roof. But I think overall, I think you have a great start, and I think there's a lot of potential for where you could head with it. But yeah, feel free to post pictures in the Discord as you start adding and messing with this thing. Just kind of get some help here and there as you go, and then we can check it out in a couple weeks as you get things kind of figured out and built up. But I am going to call it there. Halfway through the Wolverine movie. Not gonna lie, it's not that good. I like my X-Men movies more. I'm not a huge fan. X-Men's not my favorite. Like, yeah, I needed that help. It will probably take me a while to do anything because getting materials is a pain for me. Yeah, I totally get it. No rush. But as soon as you have questions, shoot them in the Discord. People there want to help. They do. They really want to help. They are very good designers, and you can get 15 different perspectives instead of just mine, because my perspectives are my point of view in life and design. It doesn't mean that they're the only ones. It doesn't mean that they're all right. Doesn't even mean that they're always good. Like, sometimes they're bad. So I'm not perfect. So it's getting multiple perspectives and ideas is always, it's why my builds end up as good as they end up, because I'm getting perspectives from everyone in chat, and bouncing ideas around. And not that I use all the ideas, because there's just too many, but it's a great way to get help quickly. But all right, I am going to call it there. It's almost 11 o'clock, so I'm gonna save the rest of these bases for the next Tour Tuesday. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me for the night. Thank you, everyone who caught the Casually Grounded stream as well. I know I didn't get to read everyone's chats out, but I saw everyone there. I saw you guys all chatting and hanging out and shooting out ideas. And I know Eric was reading out ideas as me and Chris were goofing around being goofballs. But so I appreciate everyone hanging out with me on the Casually Grounded stream and supporting the community, because you guys are freaking awesome. Thank you for all the gifted subs and stuff today as well. You guys, the support's insane. It honestly is insane. I couldn't do it without you guys. I can't do Tour Tuesdays without you guys building awesome things and letting me come in and help and talk through ideas or just show off what you're doing. So thank you. Appreciate everyone as always. I will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then Friday 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as well, continuing the Mega Tower build and just working on things. Hopefully tomorrow we see the update for performance as well, so hopefully some of you guys get some relief on that. So make sure you keep an eye out for that, and it should be happening within the next day or two, according to Eric and Chris. Sounded like it may have been ready today, so hopefully first thing tomorrow, fingers crossed, and you guys can get some relief on the performance. But we'll catch everybody tomorrow night. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your evening, and I will talk to you later. Peace. Surprise handy net. The dream. It's not happening, but the dream. All right. Peace, guys.